And we be live now.
All right. All right. What is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf Brother Mythos Kushranada from the channel Frost and Fist.
And I am your lovable, lovable freak. Freak.
Welcome to the live stream, guys. Sorry we're running a little bit behind. Our streaming site that we use has gone through some changes, and so that took us a few minutes to figure out. Plus, and plus, you guys know it's not us if there's not something that we can't figure out at the last minute.
Always
so.
something.
Before Freak launches into his welcome and his hobby update, though, I just want to ask guys if you feel like Freak says on his end it sounds okay, but I know sometimes what you guys hear is slightly different. If my compressor gets too loud, let me know and I will make sure to mute us, or at least mute myself when my compressor's going. What you guys hear is slightly different. If my compressor gets too loud, I can swear
you can hear yourself and see if it's too loud. Welcome to the Frost and Fist professionalism grade, right here, baby.
Professional quality.
Yay!
All right, so Archer says a little bit late this evening. Indeed, we are, good sir. Who took my dice? Miniature Wargaming says, "Have fun tonight, my brothers. I'm on sick kid duty. Give them
sorry to hear, man.
And I hope the kiddos get to feeling better, my man." Zane says, "Made it just in time for the intro, so we're not the only one that started late." And William Kubi says, "Hey, it's just me, not Binky the Clown." I'm glad it's not Binky the Clown. That dude creeps me out a little bit.
Awkward.
All right, so Freakaliciousness.
Hi.
It says can't pass judgment because I may have temporarily lost 60% of my hearing. What? What happened?
What?
I know I got tinnitus once from the gun range, but
Yeah.
I say once like it doesn't last forever. You know, that one time.
Right. In band camp? Wait. Oh.
All right. Apparently, Freak's got some interesting stories for us tonight.
Wait, what? No, I don't. Just repressed memories. Keep going.
All right, so Freakaliciousness. What
Hi.
you been up to, my man? What you got for a poke chop?
Well, not extremely a whole lot. I did get a chance to change up, to fix my riders. You know, I've been nursing on these guys for quite some time. So what happened was I made the mistake of making them really... Okay, I used the wrong paint. First of all, it looked like it had the sky blue. Okay, let me show you what color. I was using this. Let me see if you can see this. Focus, moron. There you go. That color, okay, and it's like it is called deep sky blue. There you can see it really close, like there. So, the crazy part about it is that this is the dark blue. Well, let me see if we can get it to focus here. You can see the shading. That's the blue that I've been working with, so I wanted to lighten it up. So I used that sky blue, and oh my gosh, it just looked absolutely horrible. It went from like a deep royal blue to very blue. Like, oh, it was horrible. So I went back and muted the tones with the same imperial blue. And I went back with a little white and toned up just a little bit for the highlight. So it looks a lot better now. So you can see now where there's some highlighting and a little zenithal effect going there. So I think it's turned out much better than what I had before. So tonight I'm actually gonna go ahead and do the details, and hopefully by the time we finish with the show, I'll actually have them, done. That'll be cool. Might actually have them have my writers done. Yeah, be fun.
It's pretty exciting because I was telling Freak last week that aside from the fact that he's already got one HQ done, he's very close to finishing his first set of Space Wolves. His actual non-HQ choices, and I'm very close to finishing my first set of White Scars. So. Pretty excited. Although I had some helmets shipped in from Forge World, and got to go pick them up from my brother Freak before I can finish them. So I may have to. It may actually be another week before I see him, so I can get these.
Is that what this is?
These
Is it from Forge World?
That's probably.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, nice box. There's a big old box down here too, by the way.
So.
Oh no, that's our terrain.
Nice.
Yeah, that's from our brother Chief Light Gaming.
Yep, brother Jake. By the way, shout out about I want to say last Saturday. It might be the Saturday before. That man actually got married.
Yeah, he did. Got the hitcheroo.
Congrats over to brother Jake. Wolf Wraith. Wow, you were up super early. Good morning, my man.
Wow. Do you not sleep ever?
Archer says he loves the 30K Scar helms. They're amazing. Can't wait to get those. Those are going on all my bikers. Probably most of my army. I think they're going to go on my Assault Marines too. Let's see. You are super soft. Like the volume on one of us.
Oh, is it mine? Is it mine too
Oh, it
soft?
says Freak, eat your microphone. You're super soft.
Okay. All right, let me try this. Hold on. Sound settings. No, not that one. Where is it? Come on. Recording microphone. Hello. Levels. Crank that up. Okay. All right, let me see if I can boost this.
Zane says, Freak, looks like your wolves are getting some new heads for their riders. No. Those are my 30K White Scars helmets. Wolfred says he's on his mobile device, and no, he does not sleep. You know, I hear that's the life of a successful commission painter. What is sleep? That's why, as I understand it, our man Nelson Nation only gets like 5 hours of sleep a night.
Right.
Zane says sleep is for the weak. He also said he's got a double ear infection, saying that the hearing loss can last for up to 3 months because it's so severe.
Well, dude, what up? So it's not me, really. It's just you're deaf.
No. Archer was the one saying that your microphone was low.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe Archer's got an infection too.
Oh man, he's also got a respiratory infection.
What have you been doing? Did you get the clap?
Get yourself taken care of, my brother.
Penicillin. All right.
Maybe because last week when we were in the chat and people were advising to eat raw ginger, so he ate raw potatoes.
Yeah, well, that's your fault. What do you mean you blame me? What did I do? I never kissed you. I don't know. Did I? I was wondering what was so different about her. That was anyway.
I don't understand. Oh, the respiratory thing was the last thing. Respiratory. Interesting. All right, so also hobby update. I mean, you did some work digitally, doing some art this week, making up this awesome new overlay.
Yeah, what do you guys think about it? I mean, it's a little different. So, I mean, Mythos had already kind of did the groundwork. I just kind of ran it through a couple of filters, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think it works out.
I'm sure you guys probably noticed before we did a little ghetto reading. So we had our brand new logo. We bought a brand new logo. The artist gave it to us. We slapped it up right away.
Yeah.
But you could tell that it was just on top of the overlay for our last one. So there were little bits of the old logo sticking out.
Kind of like, what people do with a bumper sticker, they put another bumper sticker on top of it. That's kind of what it looked like.
But now it's nice and clean. He completely, reformatted it, so it looks good.
And I changed the I did a little gradient work with the text too, to kind of make it a little more, I don't know, inviting.
Yeah, it looks super sharp. I like it.
Thanks, man.
Got this all in the last days of it. Oh, that's not cool.
Cool, bro. Sorry about that, bro. Hope you feel better, man.
Man, definitely get your health on, man.
Definitely.
Get your health on.
Definitely.
In fact, not that I encourage people to leave the stream, my man, but if you feel like you need to go rest, my man, you definitely go rest.
I mean, he probably is resting. He probably is like laying down right now, just, probably has an inhaler for his asthma or whatever the heck, and listening to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. Good on you, man.
It works.
I do have it on good authority, though, that having us on when you're sick can promote good health. I'm just saying. That's just, I mean.
Warning, this advice is not approved by the FDA.
I mean, seriously, I think 8 out of 10 dentists approve. So, wait, what? Weren't we approved by the Dental Association? Something like that? I mean, this is what people run to if they have to clap, Come on. Man, I don't feel good. You know what? I think I need to go and check out the Frost and Fist, and then instantly they're cured.
I suppose that's better than it being the other way around, and them going and visiting Frost and Fist and being like, you know what? I feel like I got the clap.
Right? It's like, that's not what we do. That's not how we promote things. Like, man, I was watching it, and all of a sudden, when I end showing it, I just got this itch.
You said that listening to us can help people feel better. He said, so can drinking paint and doing drugs, as per your previous recommendations.
Wait. No, you're mistaking. That's a different show. Somebody else. Not us. Not the Frost and Fist. We don't condone that. I mean, look at our logo. That's not different, man. It's not even us.
So, guys, we got Hellworks by Hellchild in the chat.
Brother
and
Thomas.
We have on good authority, if anyone has seen the Nerd Life's post earlier this week, he responded to your Wolf brother, who did my 3 hobbies away from wargaming. Go check that out. Earlier video this week. It's got some pretty cool video footage of, some sword work, some knife throwing, some other cool stuff in there.
It is pretty cool.
But I tagged Brother Richard over at the Nerd Life, and then Brother Richard tagged Hellworks by Hellchild. So we might finally get a first video from Brother Thomas. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I still got to do mine.
Zane says he's going to go use his spray primer as an inhaler. Thanks for the help.
I can't even. You messed me up.
Archer says he blames Zane's sickness on the lack of Chaplain Emo. It's causing the morale and good name of the entire chat to stagnate.
Oh God. So you know what happens, right? If he has an airbrush, he'll just start. Yeah, that's what
like
he
a peace pipe.
Yep, it's like this. It's like. I feel better now.
Well, we definitely don't want that.
Telling you, man, we promote excellent health here at the Frost and Fist show.
Did you do any other hobby stuff this week? Playing video games? Yeah.
No, this week has been kind of that's every week for me. But like I said, I actually worked on these guys twice this week to try to get them to a level where I can at least start laying down the some of the detail work on them. I did fly a little bit on my simulator. I finally got the instrument panels working. That was a task. I had to spend about $40 in order to get the instrument panel plug-in to work. And basically, what they are individual LED panels that are LCD panels that would take place of the actual instrument panels on the plane. It's pretty cool though, because they're like, let me see how many are. 3, 4, 5 total. And like I said, I can assign each instrument for each one of those panels. So it's pretty cool. So that helps me to be able to concentrate more on, like, I don't have to look at my screen for my instruments. My instruments are actually on a panel, on a wood, on a piece of board, right? About the shape of an actual, instrument panel of a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. And so now I can have a full screen instead of having a split screen. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So of course I flew around virtually. I flew around from Hobby to George Bush Intercontinental, from John Wayne. What's the one here in Spring, to Conroe. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. But now I think of this week I may work on getting the better graphics, or the scenery packs that actually give authentic scenery, such as what you would see in Google Earth and stuff. So we'll see. Aside from that, my man, yeah, not much else. Just been busy. I've been taking up hanging out with my granddaughter, my baby granddaughter, as a kind of a hobby lately. I mean, she's just now getting to the point to where, she's a little excited every time she sees me when I come home. So it's actually kind of nice. Brings back a lot of memories from my girls were younger. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying that. So, enjoying the whole grandpa thing. So what about you, my man? I know you've been kind of working hard for your money.
Yeah, unfortunately, since I'm working hard for the money, I haven't gotten a whole lot done hobby-wise, but I did get all 3 bikes done up to the same point, virtually.
Awesome.
Minor stuff. I ran into a few snags, but coolly, I found some solutions. So all 3 bikes are pretty much ready for the riders, and I haven't gotten much done on the riders. That's what I'm doing right now, is putting down my white highlights down. I got the bodies assembled. I got the legs sprayed. I'm doing them separately because I've had trouble with biker models in the past, getting them the seat in the sit in the seat correctly,
right,
and then getting the bodies proportion, angled correctly. I've actually missed the angle before and had to chop off the bottom of a backpack before. Just to get it to sit correctly. So I'm just trying to do all that separately right now. And then once I get the feet in the right position, then I've got where I'm doing separately the torsos. You can see, check out the Meltagun there. I vastly prefer the Meltagun from Betrayal at Calif to the actual 40K Meltagun.
Right. So
that's what I've gone with. This particular bike squad will be 2 Meltaguns. They're magnetized though. Ka-chow.
Very nice, dude.
So that way I can, replace it later with plasma or whatever I want. But right now they've got 2 Meltaguns, and then I've got some melee weapons for the sergeant I'm working on. Because I know most people do the double weapon and then combi weapon on the sergeant, but with the new rules, they really seem like they want you to get your white scars into melee. So I'm definitely going to be putting melee weapons on my sergeants. It's not going to include as much redundancy for those special shooting weapons, but it'll be all right. That's ever since I saw the movie the first time, I've been saying ka-chow. Because I think he's, cool and flashy, and I want to be cool and flashy, like Lightning McQueen. But anyways, so I've got, that's what I did this week, is just finish up those bikes, magnetize the arms for these weapons here, because painting a bike is so much work. So if the meta changes later on and all of a sudden Meltaguns suck in the future or whatever, I'll have it magnetized so I can just switch it.
You've got options, man.
Yeah, and so it's really cool, and you guys will see whenever it's done up and I do my showcase and stuff. But for my Thunderhammer option, instead of doing a traditional Thunderhammer, I put a flail on because I wanted it to look different. you often see a lot of Chinese guys walking around with massive Thor-sized thunder hammers. So what I did was I put a spiked flail on to use as kind of an Asian-inspired. They call them meteor hammers. It's a kung fu weapon. It's basically a big ass ball and chain.
That's what I call it.
Huh?
What?
And so I just wanted to kind of do that to give it a different kind of feel, more Asian-y kind of theme, So I think that would be a cool little, special thunder hammer. And of course, I'll take it off if my opponent's like, that's not a thunder hammer, but I don't anticipate it being a problem, No. As long as I say, hey, anywhere you see these chains on the field, that's going to be a thunder hammer. Yeah, it makes me think of Dynasty Warriors as well, Archer. Uncle Adam, actually, Uncle Adam, and I made sure to look into this, the way he spells it, just because I've been doing the Cars thing since Cars. Anyways, Uncle Adam says Pachow. He spells it with a P.
Yeah, Pachow.
If you want TK, go back, and the best example of him using that, go back to the Battle Scribe tutorial. The word Kachow makes up about half the vocabulary. You're not wrong, my brother. You're not wrong. It's just because you struggle to think of something to say when you're mindlessly tapping buttons on the screen.
So true.
All that's sweet. You're raising her in the ways of the emperor.
I am.
Daughter.
I really am.
Thanks. Wolfray says, thanks, been super fun to do. Got a metric ton of blood ravens to get done.
Ooh.
And that's because Hellwork says, Wraith, your stuff has been awesome. Yeah. All your stuff is awesome, and it's cool to see that you're adding bikes to the force, because I'm working on bikes too, even though my bikes aren't going to look anywhere near as good as yours. I'm still super excited to see you working on them, because your blood ravens are just absolutely gorgeous. But still, my favorite thing I've seen you do was paint up that huge Space Marine figure with that badass looking chainsword. That is one of the coolest chainswords I've ever seen. But yeah, that's my favorite blood raving thing I've seen you paint before. He's also said he spent all week working on non-GW sculpts. He needs to get back to sometime soon. Pretty cool. Archer says the big fat dude with the ball and chain that fought the way. I want to say way. Zane says, I tried to quote the opening line from Pulp Fiction and censored it, but it didn't go through. I think it just knows you like to walk that line between censored and non-censored, so it just censors you out of habit.
Yeah, it's probably Sergeant Johnson again, because he kind of keeps tabs on us now. So every time we talk...
William, just know if you try to leave, I will execute you. No, don't execute people.
Wow, no, we don't condone that.
I mean, that's a very commissar thing to do, but still.
Yeah, that's definitely inquisitorish. But yeah, I don't think he's doing it because he's being heretical. I don't know. Is that? Yeah. So.
While I was working on my bikes this week, I, there's a lot of white and red trim on my bikes, and the thing that I've always struggled with painting with white, even with my cow commission stuff like that, is that white looks great, but then when you're working on it, if you paint another color, any little misstroke with another color is magnified and bright as hell on what you're painting. And it's the crazy thing is that really, really vibrant colors like red. Why did I even start this color scheme? Really vibrant ass colors, though. The thing is that you paint white over top of it, and the red just bleeds through. And you put several quotes more on top of it, and it just looks pink because that red is still bleeding through because white is not as highly pigmented as a bright-ass vibrant red is. So I was a little frustrated, but then I found a workaround. And I don't know, I might do a quick 2-minute tutorial so that way, nobody has to sit through a whole live stream to find this. But I found a new fix that I'm absolutely in love with. And what it is that I take some Vallejo gray surface primer and use that as my substance to stick, because Ink has great coverage. Ink has high pigmentation, but the problem with ink is that it naturally, especially on some of these acrylic surfaces, doesn't like to stick as much. So sometimes there's a little beading, a little pooling away. And the workaround for that for a lot of people is just to thin it down with water, but I wanted the high pigmentation. Mm-hmm. So I used some Vallejo surface primer in one part to just give it some sticky, grabby quality, and some Dollar and Rowney white ink and in two parts, and mix that up together and use the airbrush for that buttery, even, smooth surface coverage. And actually that works really, really well for concealing my boo-boos.
Did you say boo-boo?
Mm-hmm. Professional.
Okay. That's how we do. We talk about boo-boos.
Because I'm a professional.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I've been learning to fix my airbrushing. My mistakes with bright colors like red and while painting white. Let's see. Holy crap!
He was trying to keep William from leaving.
Dawn of War. Wolfray says, just a pop visit for me, guys, at 3 a.m. Enjoy all and keep up the amazing work. Thanks, my brother. And you too, man. You've got an awesome show. Have a great night, my man. Zane says, don't make me pull out the flamer. Wraith, I'm getting the flamer. The heavy flamer.
And
YouTube censors, not from, not the TV from hell. It's TV from heck. And I go as I like, and Dawn of War I do.
Okay.
I'm having trouble reading tonight for some reason.
There's a wall there.
Zay says, oh damn, he left. How many dreads is too many dreads? I don't know, my man, because I keep wanting to add more dreads to my Space Wolves army. And the thing of that is that that's not easy to do because, as you know, Space Wolves are kind of expensive. And I also want to be able to fit in like 1,500 cavalry.
Oh, God.
And I want to fit in Logan Grimnar. Oh. And then I wonder why I'm always like, oh, man, crap, I've got to pull like 300 points of stuff out of my list. Yeah. Anybody else have that problem? You look down at your list and then you realize you got to take a lot of stuff out before you get to the game store?
Dude, I really like these brushes, man. This is the first time I actually cracked one open.
Say what?
I love these brushes.
Oh, the ghost brushes.
Yeah.
Man, I love the ghost brushes.
Dude, very nice. Very smooth.
I definitely agree.
Let's see if I can do this.
So right now I've done my shading, and actually Miniax, one of Miniax, what he considered a failed experiment, was he shaded some white scars with Space Wolves contrast gray. And he's like, yeah, that looks too Space Wolfy. And I, surprise, surprise, I actually love how that came out. So I'm actually using Miniax failed experiment for my shading for my white scars. And I've done my shading with those Space Wolves gray now. I'm just going
using
in
the contrast?
Yeah, for just the shade. Well, actually, I do 8-layer gray white in here too, but
okay.
So my formula so far is I do the gray sear, then I do apothecary white all over, and then I go really, really diluted, like 2 parts contrast medium to 1 part Space Wolves gray, and I do a really diluted, shadows for my white scars. And then I go, wherever I think there should be some brightness, I go back with my mix of 2-to-1 Vallejo Surface Primer Gray and white ink, and I get my bright hot spots.
Hey, Bubba, you got to it science.
Well, I mean, it's down to a science for these three guys. Who knows how many times I'll change in the future?
Yeah.
But it feels like it's working for me. So
Yep.
it might just be this.
All right. Go with what works, man.
Of course, the second I say that, I make a puddle. I'm like, yeah, this is working. I hate spider webbing.
That's because you hate spiders.
That's fair. But it's like, even if you cover it up well and the average person can't see where you had spider webbing because you cleaned it up.
Right.
You knew where it was, and you're looking for that imperfection.
Mm-hmm. Put my grain.
Space Wolf Dread Mini got that one. That's cool. Yeah, I want more for my wolves too. I want to get. I want to make a Contemptor Murderfang. Spiders are good guys. I don't know. I'm an arachnophobe. But yeah, I just want to make so many. I want to make some Wolf and Dread at some point. Wolf and Dreadnoughts just seem cool, and technically they're the same build as a Venerable, but it's a freaking werewolf Dreadnought. I mean, it just sounds cool.
You sound.
I still need to build my custom Bjorn. At this rate, you're going to have your Bjorn done first.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I don't know. I'm kind of dragging butt on these.
All right. Actually, I think I've got all my... Oh, no, wait. I'm almost done. All right. So, Hellworks has 9 dreads that he's working on.
Oh, my God. That brings me a lot of bad memories.
And then lore-wise, Inquisitor Zane says, that's a lot of Space Marines you got killed. These things don't grow on trees.
Right.
So, Thomas's rebuttal says, not killed, extremely hurt. There's a difference.
This is true. I don't know, though, because even their motto says, even in death, I serve. So, I don't know.
That's because they're mortally wounded, but the apothecaries and the tech marines get to them before death occurs.
Yeah, so. I guess before rigor mortis sets in, right? So
death was inevitable, but their body hadn't quit yet.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. It's not really suspended animation because they're still,
Well, at the point that they're in the dread, it's suspended animation.
They're suspended animation. Yeah. What would be cool is down, maybe 20,000 years from now, they raise Walt Disney and he's in a dreadnought. Just saying. Who's that?
Oh,
that's Walt Disney. What? Yeah, he's in dreadnought now.
Walt Disney the dreadnought.
That'd be awesome, dude. And he just turns completely psycho, right?
Running Bear! Hi, Azal. What up, Running Bear?
What have you done to my theme park? Oh, man, he would roll over his thing.
Let's see. Hellworks is working on 4 custom Wolfen Dreads, 1 custom Venerable Dread, 1 regular Venerable Dread, 1 Daredeo, and 1 Leviathan.
Wow. I thought I had a lot of dreads to deal with when I was doing those.
Wow, Atlas, I can't even read that one.
Nope, the mouse will kill all the... What? Dude, how did he get that through?
Well, technically, even though it's a messed up thing to say, I think there's technically nothing, that a robot would flag in that sentence.
God, jeez. Oh, man. You can't take him anywhere.
Man, I hate when you lose your Buster brush for cleaning. For cleaning your airbrush. It's around here somewhere.
What brush are you using for that?
Oh, just a nylon, like a children's nylon brush.
Oh, right.
Not that I stole it from my kids. I bought that pack specifically for cleaning my airbrush.
Exactly. What we do. Like I didn't steal my daughter's Dremel tool that really is supposed to be for salon nailing. I found this. I started using it.
It's funny because I came home from the Dollar Tree with a pack of a dollar store pack of nail files, and my wife just goes, "Is this yours?" It's for the hobby, baby. It's for the hobby.
Guys, have you seen my nails?
Although I have felt people's eyes on me before while going around the dollar stores, specifically going over to like the nail or the beauty section so I can get like nail files and dry brushes from the makeup section. And
oh yeah.
people are like, "Man, that guy looks a little too interested in those makeup products."
Oh man, I'd be like, does this make me look bad?
And I'm just like, "Hey, don't judge. I can rock this."
Okay.
But yeah, that's really it hobby wise. I don't think I got anything else accomplished this week. I didn't play any video.
No, you put a video. You put a video out.
Huh?
You put a video out.
Oh yeah, I did do the video. I really enjoyed doing that video too, adding in all the extra clips of stuff like that. And then, as I was doing the video and I was explaining why I don't have video clips from kickboxing, I realized that, my martial arts career predates the ability for us to record stuff on our phone. That's why I don't have video clips of that.
Yes, that's true.
I'm like, it's my age that's the reason why I don't have footage for this.
That's what we're going with? Okay. I like it.
Oh, man. Running Bear, agree to disagree, my man. Agree to disagree. Hellwork says, just smile, meet us, and ask, how you doing, boo? You know, just try to make some money. I think people would have freaked out. Or maybe that was just me. That was probably just me. But yeah, that's my. But I'm pretty happy because even though, like, I know this is going to sound funny, but I feel like even though I haven't gotten that much done hobby wise, my hobby I have gotten done was purposeful. You know, I mean, I got very little time to paint and still managed to finish up the bikes. I got very little time to paint and still managed to. We all know how much I hate assembly. But man, I had to manage to find some arms and stuff like that to do, and of course, so the biker these Outrider biker models come with a left arm for weapons, but most of the gun options like melt-to-guns, plasma guns, whatnot are right-handed. And I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I've kit bashed so many models, I'm really, really running out of right arms that can hold a gun or a weapon in not the over-the-body pose. Because I use them for all my Space Wolves for their axes and their swords and their spears and their hammers. You never answered whether Freak was the man in the dress. He was not.
What?
He was not. I probably wouldn't have run away.
It might have been awkward.
I would play some footage from my football time, but I can't find a functioning Beta Max machine.
Wow, Beta! Holy cow!
I was about to say I don't mean to be insulting to anyone. I don't know what a Beta Max is,
dude. That's actually came before the VHS. That actually Beta and the VHS came out close to around the same time, but kind of like
music had the 8-track. 8-track.
Yeah, kind of like it was. Yeah, it's just like VHS and Beta came out at the same time. So if you think of
that's what I'm saying. So there was like 8-track and then cassette, and then Beta and VHS.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay,
but Beta was more. Beta was actually used more for, and it stuck around for more studio recording, even though it wasn't the big thing for what do you call it, for video video editing, and it was just it didn't give you a lot. I don't know. The technology was a little more wonky for Betamax, for beta tapes, but they still used them heavily in digital recording. So, or audio rather, like for studios. No, VHS came back and said, "No, we got this."
He said, "Look on eBay. The tapes are smaller. Tapes are smaller than the Max."
Yeah, pretty crazy, man. That's some pretty antiquated stuff, though, man.
That's cool though, because video was rarer back then, but you still had a video on the Max.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. You must have been really good. I'm sure back then they didn't use that precious rare film on just anyone. And that's the thing is that since cameras are so accessible nowadays, you don't need to be special to get your video taken, right? But back then, I mean, you were somebody if you were on TV. There wouldn't have been back then any random person. Ain't nobody got time for that. All over videos,
Yeah.
It was very purposeful recording back then.
Intentional.
Not that I have anything against the ease and accessibility of video, since we're on the YouTubes right now.
Indeed.
And we're nobodies.
Nah, we ain't got crap. We just like to pretend we are. So, matter of fact, I think we do this by our lonesome, just to think we have friends. I don't know.
And that's one of the things that makes this rad is that we could just be you and me painting by ourselves, which would still be cool. The two of us hanging out.
Still be hanging out,
yeah. Instead, we've got a community where awesome people like Archer and Zane, keep us with full commentary all throughout our Friday night hobby.
Yeah, they just you know what? They keep it alive. I mean, you and I, like I said, this is us. This is us, you and me, hanging out, painting, talking about stories, talking about life, and these guys, ding dong, hey, it's us. We brought the beer. We gotta hang out. Oh, cool. Well, come on in, grab a seat, man. Grab some paints and brushes. Let's talk. Let's chat.
I don't even know what we did. You just triggered Susan. Enjoy infinite demonetization. You will never be monetized now. Yep, Richard tagged Archer too right here in the chat. We've got 2 up-and-coming YouTubers tagged, ready to go with their tagged video.
Wow. Pretty crazy.
That'll be awesome. By the way, Archer says he's been playing too much Classic WoW. Man, I would really, really love to get my MMO on. I haven't had a chance to work on leveling up my Final Fantasy character all week. He says, we are more like Ding Dong, what's up? We got the cocaine and stripper. Man, it's really hard to get any hobby done with all this cocaine and strippers around.
True. And really, though, they frown that heavily at Chippendales. We don't do that. All we do is dance. We're entertainers, okay? And we try to tell people, hey, our eyes are up here. But they don't.
So we got some art of the week, my brother.
Oh yeah, let me put my brush up. What the heck did I do with? Close that up.
Freakaliciousness. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but let's see how well this translates to web video. But nope, my lighting is just not going to cooperate. I think part of it is just that.
Wait a minute, you got a little shading there, huh?
But yeah, there's
shading there.
Gray shading there.
Yeah.
So it's not just monochrome white.
Very nice, man.
I think that Space Wolves Gray makes for great shading of white models.
Very nice. All right, let me take these grandpa glasses off and put my regular glasses on. I got to go see the eye doctor. Yeah, that's probably where the itch comes from, too. I don't know. Let me see. All right.
William Kuby went to high school 1980 to 1984.
Wow.
And right in the middle, I was born in 82.
Wow.
Freak for Stripper 2020. I mentioned, Thomas says, nice mythos. Thank you. Archer says, it's all those Chippendales nights. That's why I can't get any Final Fantasy play. That's too much time stripping.
Okay. All right. You ready for Arte of the Week?
Yep.
All right. Here we go.
And once again, I've sent Freak too many images for this.
Always. Yeah, he says, hey, I'm sending you a few. You what? 1,000?
Actually, I've stopped saying that because I know how bad I am.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. Oh, I'll send you a few pics. And 3 years later, I'm still clicking through all of them. What is this from? Where's your baby picture here, you know?
So here we've got from Radicraft
Don't call me names.
On the Instagrams, his fifth member of his Space Wolf kill team. I like that he's used the Gygor dagger there in his right hand, and he's got the plasma going in his left hand. A little bit of blood effects at his feet, but also some ice and snow. And I like that it's not just wet blood sitting on top of the snow. It looks like it's soaked into the snow like it would have actually with snow.
It's pretty disgusting. I mean, that's a decapitated head, dude. That's...
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's royally jacked up. I don't care. I mean, it's cool looking, but that dude's dead.
Just from the first angle, I didn't see it.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he used that blade to do it. Pretty sick. Oh, yeah, look, that's a nice angle there, too. I mean, it looks like he just, I don't know, look at he's playing soccer with it.
Kubi says the only thing I'll be doing in 2020 is going to HistoryCon and meet Mel the Terrain Tutor.
Nice.
That'll be awesome. I like that combi plasma too. It's really good glow effect.
Yeah, definitely. Good job on the pelt.
Yep.
Something that I think is also cool. I like how he did the metallic on the exhaust ports. Pretty cool.
Yep. And I'm with Running Bear. He really likes the hair flow on that miniature. That was the first thing that caught my attention, honestly, when I saw this, was the way the hair and the hair and the beard looked.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Look at that. I mean, all right. So this next one, what is this? Oh. Why is...
So this I meant to save for the new segment, but we can go ahead and talk about.
Okay, I went back to it. Hang on. There it is.
But so this is what I'm seeing posted up in several of the Space Wolf groups on Facebook, and I'm sure it's just seeing what we want to see. But the correlation between the rumor engine from, I want to say 2 weeks ago,
right,
and this picture of Russ here and his very legendary braids, his Nordic braids, and I think it could be comparable, but I also think I'm seeing what I want to see.
I think your eyes are matrixing here.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think it'll be really cool. I mean, I'll be the first one to go get me a 40K Russ if they did come out with him.
All right, let's go on to the next one, my man.
Tell me what to do.
I wish it was, but I think it'll be White Scars. Hey, if it turns out to be... you know how Brother Thomas sends us an Art of the Week submission every once in a while, right? I'm going to send you... Brother Zane just sent us an Art of the Week submission.
Oh, God. I can imagine. See here.
But check out that Cosmic Space Dragon. That's amazing. And this is one of the painters I love following on Instagram, Harusa Heresy. Man, that dragon is beautiful.
Cool.
You can see the
Sorry.
the swirl of space with the whites, the pinks, the purples, the overall black backdrop, and the stars all over the dragon.
And that's by Harusa Heresy. So the Inquisitor's going to have to pay a visit.
His name is Clarence. I'm guessing that's the art of the week you just sent us. That's Clarence. Brother Bride, Atomic Dog scale model.
Hey. Hi. All right, next one. They're really getting crazy with the patterns. I love these templates, man. Are you still there? Did I lose you?
Nope. I was just waiting for it to pop up on the screen. Oh, yeah, those templates look amazing. It actually is the same idea I had when I commissioned Richard to do my Leviathan Dread panels, was just having the Celtic pattern. And this one is even more intricate, but still, same kind of effect. It's just the spaces on the Leviathan are so wide and flat that it's just screaming, please put some freehand here.
I still have to put mine together, and then I'll do my freehand on mine. Yeah, that's good. It's like, wow, did you just get attacked by a bunch of kindergartens?
I love that model too. That is an amazing Leviathan. But you could do what I did, and what I recommend all of you out there, go over to The Nerd Life on YouTube or Art by Richard on Facebook and have him commissioned to do your flat panels on your Leviathan Dread. Or he also does great freehand on things like Imperial Knights and things of that nature too.
Yep, does amazing work.
Brian says, just filled the tummy with more teriyaki and red brick-sized chicken egg roll. Oh yeah, happy man. Brian, you can't go changing the game on me. You always come into this chat with tacos.
Tacos, yeah.
Now
tacos.
We're going egg rolls? Just because of my love for my Asian heritage, I'm going to let it slide.
Well, I mean, I think it can change. Like tonight, it definitely was special wonton soup tonight, so it was good.
Also, egg rolls better than tacos, hands down, anything.
That's fair.
Yep, I have to agree. Especially from Taco Bell. I mean, you don't get diarrhea from egg rolls. Just saying.
That is fair, except for egg rolls are usually batch made. So anytime we go to a new restaurant, I have to order an extra egg roll for someone else to eat to tell me whether or not it'll kill me.
Wow.
You eat this and see if there's
eat this if you die. You haven't died? Okay, I'll try it now.
No, just because of the onion allergy. Like, hey, can you eat this and tell me if there's onions in it?
Okay, usually we do that with tacos for, hey, did it give you diarrhea? Okay, I'll go try it. No blowouts? All right, I'll go buy it. All right.
Any of y'all seen the Clarence memes before? It's classic. Actually, there's a YouTube video for it too, and that's where we know that picture from, Zane. Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak Taco Bell says Taco Bell is the natural way to cure constipation.
Oh, yeah, it is. The only way.
Anyways, check out this. It's actually not an Imperial Fist. It is a Doom Warrior.
Probably for more than 2 days.
But anyways, so that name is just out of the top of the screen. Could you read that for me?
Marcel Ryan Conrad.
Oh, right. It's the same name at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Just read that one. I don't know, though, man. It looks like an Imperial Fist, with the black... I mean, it looks great. I like it. I thought it was Imperial Fist.
Yeah, I thought it was too, and I was like, I'm going to save this for Freak because it's an Imperial Fist. And then after I saved it, I saw it said Doom Warrior, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it looks very cool.
It looks good. I think it's well done.
I got to say, I'm a little spoiled, though. When I see an Imperial Fist or any yellow Space Marine, and I don't see that orange shading where the natural shadow should go.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
I'm like, it's missing something.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. It seems like, hey, what the heck? It's just too yellow.
So this Chaos Wild Hunt, I definitely want to get the Godsworn Hunt from Warhammer Underworlds, but that's kind of the feeling that this Wild Hunt from Chaos gave me. Very cool AOS models, and this is from Starship
Orinus.
Yep. And very cool. And as you can see with these close-ups here, I mean, they really spared no detail. It's cool because it manages to retain kind of a dark and gritty feeling, but against the white of that snow base, keeps it from being too dark. It's dark and gritty, but without being just all. When a model's got like only dark tones on it, it gets kind of, even if it looks good, it's got kind of a dark, muddled kind of feeling.
Yeah.
I think the white snow breaks it up, but it's still got that grimdark kind of feel.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry. Just.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
Oh wow!
I did not instigate that comment. Not whatsoever. I've been really good. So just.
Anyways, so look at that sword. That's a really cool sword, and I really like that Viking helm.
Oh god, yeah, that's great. Kind of Skyrim-y, isn't it?
Oh hey, Zane's got a squad of 5 Marines to paint up. That's awesome.
Nice. Doesn't it remind you though, kind of Skyrim-y?
Yeah, it does look very Skyrim-y.
So I like how he did with the again same like blood stained snow. That's interesting.
Yep, very cool.
Do that. Okay, first of all, the mount is just amazing. It's kind of Mongolian,
I can see it.
All right, so what the heck is this crap? Looks awesome. And it's white. Or grayish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so this is a Gundam.
Oh.
And that Gundam has been one of my favorite animes growing up. Oh my god, I just said animes. It's been one of my favorite anime growing up. And I just thought this version was really well done.
You corrected yourself. Instead of saying ninjas, you said ninja?
Yes.
Animes.
I made the mistake.
Okay, good. Ooh. Very pretty. Very nice. I like that. So this is very gritty, very dark.
That is such and so one of the things I did this week that was like hobby, not really hobby progress, but hobby adjacent. This is I didn't read the name of the Gundam artist, by the way. This is Death of a Rubikist. But I started following hashtag White Scars on Instagram this week and set it to, notify me when I get new White Scar notices. And so you're going to see about 500. Gunpla pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gunpla is the genre of models and stuff like that go with Gundam. And so Gunpla Pick is an appropriate name for a channel that focuses on Gundam.
Very nice.
This year, though, you're going to see about 500 White Scars picks since I just started following the hashtag this week. But this is I think this is a custom model, a custom Praetor model. He calls him Dawasrung of the Brotherhood.
Very cool.
Anyways, but yeah, I love the curved sword there. I love just the shape and look of that armor. In fact, I would like to know what they used for this model because it just seems so neat.
Very vibrant.
This is a very vibrant White Scar, and the red and the gold are a little too stark for my taste.
Yeah, I agree.
A little too bright. But I did love what they did with the conversion here with the shield bit, with the Terminator armor. With I think that glaive is from the Grey Knight set. You know, it's a really cool Keshic Terminator that they seem to have made themselves.
I'll confess something. I am not okay. It's just too bright. I really, really love the jade look on that blade.
Yeah, the jade looks awesome.
That is so. Again, that speaks so Asian right there. That is just gorgeous.
Love you too, Brian. But yeah, so I like I said, I definitely agree. It's too bright for my taste, and that's why I've tried so hard not to make my white scars as vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm looking at mine right now. Like, do I need to tone this down more? But it is definitely too bright. But I just love the conversion itself. Yeah, I agree, Brian. A little bit of Nolno would go a long way on this. And just tone down the whole vibrancy. This one, it just seemed neat to see a bunch of DACA all painted up in White Scars colors.
Very cool. This is very nice.
Ouch. Ouch, Zane. And I love consistency, so seeing a whole battlefield that's all painted up like that looks great. This one, of course, again, I really, really, really like these conversions. Those swords look very Asian. The top knot looks great. You know, this just looks like a really, really great. Do we have the artist on this somewhere? It's probably in another picture.
Yeah, let me see if you can find it here.
But these light scars look good, and it's because the red's not really less vibrant, but you went with a different tone that doesn't make it feel as vibrant.
It almost looks like, what is this? Corn red, where it's not like Mephiston. It's like a darker, got a little violet in it.
Well, it looks like instead of being highlighted in the Mephiston or Evil Sun Scarlet, which is what that other one looked like it was.
Right. That
kind of brightness. It looks like its highlights went to a softer, like Wazdaka red kind of highlight.
I like it.
It leans a little bit more towards the pink-purple spectrum for their highlights rather than the yellow-orange, and I think that yellow-orange is what gives it the too vibrant tone.
Well, you know what? Okay, so if you look at the coloring on the shin guard, right next to the leg, okay, that right there is like a regular pure red, but they mixed, like if you look at the Aquila, that's just very well done. It's not red. It looks like they've using corn red, or they've toned it down with a little wash. Very nice. It just doesn't look like a stop sign.
Yeah, never the greenskins. No respect. Actually, I not frequently, but I would say that most shows sneak in at least one picture.
Yeah, about two nights ago, 2 shows ago, you brought one in.
It just it seems to be usually the episodes that you're not here for, my brother.
Yeah, you even mentioned it's like, wow, I know our brother.
Brother Brian would love this.
Brian would love this. Yeah, and like we look around, and nope, he's not here. No, he's busy hiding from Chaplain Emo. Well, get over it, man. Gosh.
Sent an email, need some help, Mythos. As soon as it comes through, my brother, we'll definitely be happy to help. I love.
Stop trying to call me.
This conversion. Oh, sorry. Nothing?
I think that comes through the
Yep, it's right there on the screen. My bad. I picked up my phone to see if Running Bear's email had come through yet. Hit a button.
Oh, let's see what else. I have never seen that weapon before.
That is, I think, one of the new spears from the Eben Keshic Terminators. Now, that glaive, I don't know what that's from, but that looks amazing. So I think both of these conversions have a really great Asian feel to it. But this one, just so many cool parts. And That is the coolest looking lance or glaive I've ever seen.
Pretty bloody. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so yeah, this is what. Oh man.
Oh, that dual wielding one just looks
my.
phenomenal. Last Sons of Prospero, by the way, and actually, I think I have several posts here from him, just because his work is amazing.
So, dude, this is exactly what I would try to do with my if I had white scars, dude. That is just. Oh.
What's cool is that often you don't get any bonuses for having, dual wielding the same weapon. 7th edition you did, but not really so much here in 8th edition.
It just looks
so if you do it, it's like just rule of cool that you're doing it.
Right.
Which I have a Wolfen with 2 hammers and stuff. But twin swords is always one of my favorite kind of tropes. And in the White Scars novels, one of the captain, I think one of his bodyguards is like the master of twin swords. So it's cool to actually see a model converted up for that character. Hey, let's prank call Freak. You will never know. Want to try? Mark, you ask about the fridges. If nothing else, thanks to Space Marine books, we get a variety of Space Marines on the table again. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Iron Hands looks so good. I can't wait to see more people play Iron Hands. I've been watching, and I like every day have been searching for new White Scars battle reports, and they're just not out there. There's like, I think 3 since the Codex has come out, which is a real shame. So I don't know if it's just because nobody had any White Scars painted up before this book came out and we're all scrambling now. Or if it's just, there's still not a whole lot of love there. I love that shield. I actually ordered one of the Cassius bikes just for that shield.
Really? They actually have them like that?
Yeah, it comes on one specific character in Kill Team Cassius. And so I ordered that one guy.
Where'd you get him from? Oh, you ordered that one model? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found on eBay where somebody split up all the Kill Team Cassius characters. You could buy them individually.
Nice.
And I'm like, I just want the biker guy.
I wonder if Shapeway has anything like that.
I have been looking on Shapeways, and I have not seen anything really Asian themed, unfortunately. Wow. So this is just phenomenal. Alfonso.
Huh?
Actually, you help me read that name, Freak, since you're good with Alfonsos.
What are you saying?
That you're an Alfonso.
Wow. So we're all alike? Is that what? Wow. Alfonso Giraldes Banshee. There you go. That was just for you. That was for free.
Thank you.
You racist son of a... Okay.
But you can actually see the texture on that.
Rico Suave, right?
Huh?
Brian was like...
Rico Suave.
Rico Suave.
I agree that con is really cool.
That's pretty neat, dude. Okay, so... Again, these are reasons why I would want to burn my brushes.
Yeah, this is like some Golden Demon level stuff here.
He painted the, what do you call it? The glit on the sword. Gosh. Why are you so good?
Yeah, this is no longer miniature painting. This is like museum art here.
Yeah.
Do I remember that song back in the early 90s? I do, because back then I was going to school dances called sock hops back then. So here we have some of the new Golden Keshig jet bikes here. I really, really lament that I had ordered the Scimitar jet bike like literally less than 2 weeks before they announced and released these Golden Keshigs. I was just like, oh, that would have been so on brand for my White Scars, but
That would have been cool.
I've already ordered it. I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm going to use the Scimitar jet bike. But
Cool.
this would have been cool.
Very nice.
You're very nice.
What?
What?
Dang it. Let me just set up a little bit there.
This is Last Sons of Prospero again. Like I said, I tagged several of his posts, and his weathering is so on point. Like, it's not too heavy, but man, it definitely looks like they've been through some shit.
Right? Alright. And then finally. China! Where are my glasses? What do I do with my glasses?
From what I said, Brian says, "Oh, good." There's Clarence. Brian says, "Oh, good grief." Kubi says, "Hero Forge minis. You make your own, $9.99, and get the download and print as many as you like." Freak be more like the old golf game Outlaw Golf on Xbox. Doc Diggler. Brian says, "It's weird. My wife hasn't kicked me out of the living room while watching you guys." That's right, because we're a very family-friendly
exactly.
channel.
We're actually indoctrinating her, so she's
completely
doing really well.
non-offensive material here.
Absolutely, we aim not to offend.
Zane says, "Makes me feel so inspired. He's magnificent." So where Freak and I first saw this miniature is, if you haven't seen it yet, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, is get on YouTube and just type in "thin your paints" and pull up that video.
Yeah, do it now.
And it is the most hilarious thing. I'm talking like, milk coming out your nose funny,
Yeah. And then you need to see how to win the Golden Demon.
and then come back to our show.
And then come back to our show, and then you have an appreciation of what we do here.
Oh man, and it'll make you feel better about your own paintings.
Absolutely. You can actually watch everybody else's amazing paint jobs.
Every time I say that, I feel bad for the guy who painted this.
I don't.
I would just imagine one day that person's going to be watching our show. Like, this is going to make you feel better about your own painting. It's like, but I painted that.
Right. But the thing is, he's going to have to really take issue with every other that slam him. I mean, come on.
Well, thanks, guys. Now I have been kicked. What do we do? I thought we hadn't said anything offensive.
Mama kicked him. Sorry.
I think it was Freak. I'm sure I was fine.
What? Wait, what? Why me? Oh, because I roll ones. Never mind. Never mind.
All right. Now that we've looked at this majestic beast, what's next, Freak?
That's it. That's everyone.
That's everyone?
Yep. Oh.
Running Bear, I haven't seen your email come through yet, my man.
Yeah. Running Bear. The Running Bear.
Just double checking my email now. Running Bear said he sent us a little something.
Little something. I like a little something. Go ahead, Keith.
He says, "Yeah, husbands roll ones quite a bit against the wives."
Always.
I always tell people when people ask, I'm getting married. Anything I should know? I said, well, first of all, congratulations. Second of all,
we're sorry.
Just know that once you say yes, that's the last time you get to win at anything.
Yeah, actually.
From now on, she's right.
Yep, every time. And if she's if she's shorter than 5'1", you're screwed. So.
Now that being said, I'm joking, and I love my beautiful wife, and she is sitting here in the living room, and she's an amazing person.
So small but fierce. Gosh, I can't.
No.
What? What's the matter?
Have
Oh.
you tried refreshing it?
Hang on. Hang it.
Oh, it just said live stream offline.
Crap. What's going on? Stream health bad? Oh.
Okay, there we go. Check up.
Is it? It's.
Okay.
I don't get it. Did it correct itself or no?
It looks like it corrected itself. Can you beautiful people still hear us? Sausage fingers and cell phone don't mix.
Yeah, maybe. It looks like it's moving, but the stream health looks really bad.
Oh, freak.
What? What'd I do?
First of all, do you have access to open our email?
Yeah, let me see if I can. Hang on.
First, there's these 3 beautiful chaplain dreads that I think we should take a look at.
Hold on. It's not gonna census, is it?
They're still work in progress, but I love chaplain dreads.
Really concerned about this stream strength. Go back here. Hang on.
It seems to be going fine now.
Okay. All right. So just not caught up then. Okay.
Wait. No, yep, yes, maybe. Now you froze. Okay, so maybe we did freeze again. How's the...
Okay. No, it's clean now.
Mythos whispers some sweetness to me, and then I will tell you if I hear you. There is no better whispered sweetness than the sweet nothings you said during your hobby video, Brian. I can't whisper sweet nothings like that. I just don't have the skill.
All right. Let me see if I can open up. Let's go here.
All right. Hellchild hears us fine. Remember, you have a stream whenever you face the wind. Never face the wind unless you are into kinky stuff.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Words to live by, my man.
I thought you meant a different kind of wet work. No.
Okay. The Frosted Fist mailbox, Mythos?
Yep. One from Tim Moat. That's
I
right
see
there.
it. Got it. Look here. Come on, load. What the heck? Where is it? Oh, cool. Okay. Let me, okay. Something here. Oh, wow. Okay, those are interesting. Let me share those, Mythos?
Yep.
Okay, stand by. Let's see. We get the art of the week. There. Here. Dude, those are pretty cool. I love those front panels. Excuse me, front panels.
Yeah. Yep. That is the Forge World Chaplain Dreadnought,
Oh, wow.
which are pretty awesome. And if you are a Space Marine chapter that is out of the normal codex, this is a dreadnought that can give the new litany abilities that chaplains get.
which are very similar to almost like psychic powers, but they're different buffs. I don't know if you remember them, but we kind of read over them in one of our live streams. So this is a dreadnought that can give out those buffs, dude.
Very nice.
But yeah, 3 of them. Very cool. Las cannons in close combat. I want to get one. I've seen a lot of Space Wolf players do them with the double close combat claws. Oh, man. And then when you do them, I think you get when you run both double close combat, you get an extra attack too.
Nice.
It's very cool. I don't know if you saw the email portion of that freak though, but he says he needs some motivation to paint those up.
Wow, and those are chaplains, right?
Yeah, those are chaplains. Chaplain dreadnoughts.
Well, you know what I'm thinking, man?
Hey, wait, we know a chaplain.
We do know a chaplain. As a matter of fact, we're proud to know that chaplain.
He's a member of this team.
He is. He's part of the family. This family. You know what, man? I'm thinking we need to hear from him. Not only do we, you and I, Mythos and Freak, need to hear from him, but I also believe that even Brian needs to hear from him. Because,
and Running Bear could use the motivation.
Running Bear definitely needs the motivation. So,
sweet. He's got those Chaplain Dreads magnetized, so he can swap them out for all kinds of weapon options now.
That's so cool, man. Tell me you just met 3 of his dead buddies. Hey, Chaplain Emo, I met 3 of your dead buddies. You know them? Tell me if they smell familiar. All right.
I somehow foresee that being part of next week's motivational talk.
I think he may actually get offended from that, I don't know.
I don't see why. Putting their dead bodies into dreadnoughts helps keep them alive.
Yeah, but I mean, he literally is haunting the chaplain. It's like, hey, I met 3 of your dead pals. What do you say to that? Huh, chaplain? But you can't wait to be a box too, huh? Anyway. All right, so shall we?
Shall we?
Yeah, that was a question. All right. Let's. Where's Chaplain at? Chaplain. Kick it. Yeah.
When you're going this joy will make you scream. So when the world takes you down, you want to scream. Just listen to the words of Chaplain Emo.
All right, so that was the amazing jingle that, for some reason, got jammed. I don't know why it does that. You do it best, man. You seem to get the chaplain's attention. He likes listening to you. If he listens to me, he might actually not be depressed anymore. I don't know.
Zane says moist. Well, Chaplain, you've got a moist audience now, and Brother Running Bear was just saying that he could use some motivation. He needs to get up his chaplains painted. So what kind of motivation could you offer us this week, Chaplain?
Bring it on, chap.
Men, sometimes I feel the Emperor smiling. But then I realize he's just snickering behind my back.
All right then. Um. Anyways, I'm well motivated. What about you, Freak?
Yeah, you know what? I'm there. I feel it. I feel it deep. Deep.
And so that is this week's motivation.
You are welcome. So just remember, if you feel like the Emperor's smiling at you, I think it's just the chaplain. I'm just thinking.
Maybe he's just feeling a little paranoid.
Maybe I think so. You know, after so many, centuries of serving, I don't know, man. Get a little weird in the head. He just needs to rest. So stay tuned for the next Chaplain Emo.
Heresy, the inquisitorial corn snake senses it. All right. So we are about to go on to our GW news, and there's quite a bit of it this week. Not all of it applies to us as much as other weeks, but you know what? Before we go on to the news, Freak's got some people we'd like to thank.
Yep. As a matter of fact, you'll notice the ticker. I actually put them down there. So we'll just wait till they roll through. Give me a minute. So let's see. Come on, ticker. Stupid ticker. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the ticker. I like that ticker. I worked hard on that ticker.
It's very cool.
I like it. Yep. All right. Patreon shout outs for August. Again, guys, thank you so much for your support. I want to give a big shout out to our Wolfguard level, Brother Archer. Grey Hunter levels. We got Inquisitor Zane. And we got Brother Roxas. And then we have the Bloodclaw level, Brother Chief Live Gaming. Again, guys, thank you so much for your support, for everything that you do for us, because, hey, we broke and we can use your help. Anyway, every little bit definitely helps. It definitely goes to helping with our gear, helping with cameras, helping with, bringing content. And we are going to work a little harder at bringing a little more content to our Patreon page as well.
I was just looking over the numbers earlier this week, and I think we're ready to get Freak's second camera angle for his tutorial. So
Yep. So I'm pretty excited about that. We'll see how we work out. It's going to be so cool. Again, thanks so much, guys. No, you were here first. Yes, we're not taking that throne from you, man. So, but again, thank you so much, everyone, for your support and your continual support. It makes a big difference.
it really does. I mean, heck, we've already our quality is improving. We're looking at improving our tutorials with Freak's second camera angle. We've already improved my quality. I'm no longer an orange Oompa Loompa.
He's not orange.
I really appreciate that. That really bothered me.
Yeah, every time. Right before we start, like, gosh, I look so orange. I got a bad tan. Well, I don't know.
And in one of our chats, we've been talking about doing something nice for one of our brothers for our HBO for the hobby.
HBO for the hobby, man. Gotta send the love.
So, all right, brother. What first bit of news you want to hit up?
Let's see. See what we got here. I was having problems with this stupid thing. OBS was just not behaving. So let me see if I can get it.
Man, that was one of our delays coming on tonight. Was that our news segments and our Warhammer articles and stuff like that was not wanting to play nice with OBS.
Yeah. So here's one of them. I was able to get up, the Space Marines FAQ.
That's going to be the main one we're going to talk about.
Oh, good.
And it's got 4 segments.
Okay. So you're going to have to lead me through this, man. Is it updating?
So what?
Is it updating? Can you see it?
Yeah, and there are 4 links you got to go to. One says Space Marines.
Right.
One says
White Scars, Ultramarines, and
There you
other
go.
publications. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go Space Marines. All right. See if we can.
Welcome back, Brian.
Did he just leave for Chaplain Emo? He did, didn't he?
No, he had to go watch the Diamondbacks beat was it the Reds?
Is that what he's using?
And I 100% believe that, freak.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know his love for Chaplain Emo, and as soon as he hears him, he's like, "Nope, I'm out."
Dude, dead air is not good. Sorry, we're trying to make sure we got everything loaded up correctly. This whole channel is heresy. Prime the exterminator's device. Your time has come.
All right, so Codex Space Marines. Here we go. Do you want me to read it?
What up, Roxas? Roxas is in the chat.
Roxas! What the heck?
Yeah, I think you should probably read it because it's a little too small on my screen.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, let me move closer. As a matter of fact, I might be able to zoom in. Yep.
Garrett, my brother.
There we go.
Before you get to reading Freak, Roxas and Garrett and Ethan, I don't know if you guys saw in our Discord, but we mentioned that not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, Freak and I are going to have us a game over at the Warhammer store if you all want to come hang out.
I think that would be so cool if you guys could come out. Be like maybe old times, man. Who knows?
And afterwards, we'll get some dinner, maybe chat about the game a little bit, that kind of stuff. Y'all don't even have to play. We just want y'all to hang.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all can play if you want to. You know, we're not stopping you.
Nah, man. Be a lot of fun.
And also, Garrett, I saw a really good Grey Knights game, and I know you were a little bummed about how they were performing lately, but I actually saw a really good White Scars game I linked you as well.
Not like we're trying to entice you to play the game, but we're kind of trying to entice you to play the game. Anyway. All right. Shall we move on?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Actually, it's way blown up.
Yeah, I blew it. I blew it up. I blew it really big.
I like the way you blow it
Oh, hey, wait.
on the screen.
Yes. What? All right.
Nice. Garrett already watched the battle report.
Yes. All right. Codex Space Marines official update version 1.0. Okay, although we strive to ensure that our rules are perfect, yeah, sometimes mistakes do creep in, or the intent of a rule isn't as clear as it might be. That never happens. So these documents collect amendments to the rules and present our responses to players' frequently asked questions. As they're updated regularly, each has a version number. When changes are made, the version number will be updated, and any changes from the previous version will be highlighted in magenta. Where a version number has a letter, e.g. like 1.1a, this means it has had a local update only in that language to clarify a translation issue or other minor corrections. So, errata. Okay. Page 151, Hellblaster Squad. Change the power level to 8. What was the power level originally?
I don't know. We don't play with power levels.
No, I know, but I was just curious. The power level. Anyway, change the second sentence of the unit description to read, it can additionally contain up to 5 Hellblasters.
This is part of rebalancing the points is also, or the power level also.
Gotcha. Page 160, Drop Pod.
This is big.
Yeah, Drop Pod Assault. Change the match play clause to read, This model and any units embarked aboard it are exempt from the tactical reserves matched play rule, except that if it and any units embarked aboard it have not arrived on the battlefield by the end of the third battle round, they count as having been destroyed. Okay, so that's cool because they don't suffer they're not bound by the, hey, yeah, you have to come in after the second turn.
Right, and that was something that they balanced in the codex itself.
Right.
And one of the things that people were doing, that they were saying, oh, well, we don't have to follow any of the reserve rules. So they were waiting until turn 5.
Right.
Boom, end of the game, drop the drop pods on objectives, get free line breaker. Just basically some easy points to rack up a win at the end of the turn. And that's not what they designed that for.
Right.
They were trying to give us back the come in on first turn drop pod.
Yeah, and I think that's great. I think that's they definitely plugged up an abusive.
So this is just meant to keep you doing the turn 5 abuse, but you can turn 1 abuse all you want to.
Awesome, I like that. I like to be abusive for turn 1. What?
And you and I talk all the time about how most of the game is really decided in the first 2 rounds anyways.
Absolutely, yep.
So I think this is very cool to see.
You're very cool to see.
And this isn't so much a big deal. I feel like none of the FAQs that I've seen, and we're going to go through it together, but just the peaks I've seen so far of the FAQ, I haven't seen any serious nerfs. It just seems like they've added clarity,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Page 175, Ultramarines, Codex Discipline. Change the final sentence to read, units with this tactic that cannot fly can shoot in a turn in which they fell back. But if they do, when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit in the shooting phase of that turn, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay. So wasn't this already there? I don't understand. Oh, they just added the whole fly thing. Units that with this tactic that cannot fly can shoot in a turn which they fall back. Okay, so that was already there, but why did they have to add the whole fly keyword?
So I think they were just clarifying, so that way they're saying that, just like the rules already were, and you and I would interpret that correctly.
Yeah.
If flyers back out, they don't have that -1, because most people, when they have a flyer that backs out, they back out and can shoot with no penalty. However, when people were doing it with Ultramarines, they're like, your chapter tactic says if you fall back, you got to lose 1 to shoot.
Right.
So they're just clarifying that no, flyer rules are still flyer rules.
Right.
That's not affected by the chapter tactic.
Ooh, Auspex scan. Okay. Page 180, Auspex like in English, Auspex, whatever, scan. Change the first sentence to read, use the stratagem after your opponent sets up a unit on the battlefield as reinforcements within 12 inches of any Adeptus Astartes infantry units from your army.
Family channel. What do we say that wasn't family channel friendly?
What?
I don't know. The extermination device is ready. Ethan says, perfect. What up, brother Ethan?
Hey, buddy. What's happening? Brother Ethan. Explosions! Every time I think of explosions, I think of Ethan.
Too much math. Brian says, too much math in this game. Too many numbers. I'm not in school anymore. Also, we're going Mortal Kombat in here because Brother Brian says back, forward, back, fatality. You're going to have to play some old school Mortal Kombat tonight. Get over here. That was Scorpion's fatality, right? The one where he would... That the one where he would rip his mask off and flame you?
What?
Because ripping the spine out was Sub-Zero. I'm confused now. But I barely remember that. But yeah, so Brian just put the code to one of the Mortal Kombat fatalities from like the old school, I was in middle school kind of Mortal Kombat games. Original.
Okay, so Auspex scan. Change the first sentence to read, use a stratagem after your opponent sets up a unit. So basically, it used to be 9 inches. Now they cramped it up to 12.
I think it's always been 12.
Has it been? Okay. Because
Yeah, but it's
no, because it says opponents set up a unit on the battlefield as reinforcements within 12 inches of any Adeptus Astartes infantry units from your army.
so the biggest thing here is that it says specifically reinforcements
Mm-hmm.
instead of set up models. And what people were doing to use this before was they would try activating it when people would take their people out of transports. And like, you're coming, you're setting up on the battlefield, so I'm going to light you up with Auspex Scan now. So they're clarifying here that this is for reinforcement units.
Right. Well, reinforcements would be considered those that were teleporting in. Are they not?
Huh?
Wasn't Auspex Scan for teleport dropping?
Or also, yeah, and it's for any kind of reinforcement. So
Okay.
teleporting in, drop pods, that kind of stuff.
I got you. Page 185. The Vox Spiritum. Change the second sentence to read, if a model has this relic, add 3 inches to the range characteristic of its aura abilities, e.g. Rites of Battle, to a maximum of 9 inches. Imperium Nihilus Vigilus Defiant Errata. Yeah, could they find something other than Latin to work on?
I wouldn't worry about this one since neither of us play Vigilus Defiance at the moment.
Yeah, screw those guys. All
Some
right.
clarifications for Grey Shield, for stratagems.
Yeah.
Remove Boltstorm Rapid Fire, Target Sighted, Intercessor Stratagem from the Specialist Attachment.
Yeah. No.
Interesting.
FAQs. Question: can I use the stratagems from the 2017 edition of Codex Space Marines if there is not an updated version of that stratagem in the 2019 edition of Codex Space Marines? Answer: no. None of the rules found in the 2017 edition of Codex Space Marines can be used. Wait, what?
Okay, so basically, if there's not an updated version in the new Codex, then you can't use that strategy, which is good to know. So that way you're not trying to use your, say, Imperial Fish stratagems, they're no longer valid.
Well, this is just flat out saying that none of the rules found in 2017 edition of the Codex.
Yeah, it says you need to be using the more updated Codex. I mean, you and I play mostly out of Battlescribe anyway, so I think you'll be fine in new Codex.
But. Yeah. But still, golly, man.
Yeah, it does suck to hear that your stuff is invalidated, though.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Rock, I hear what you're saying, but can I counter with "Let's Rock" and puts on Guilty Gear game music? Man, the music from Guilty Gear is just so badass, like straight up guitar solos. Now, Guilty Gear Freak is another fighting game, so he did that in counter to the Mortal Kombat talk.
Oh, okay.
And the guitar, it's a fighting game with weapons, swords and stuff like that. But man, it's got some amazing guitar solo music.
Cool.
I'll have to let you hear it sometime.
Right on. Question: if I include a Space Marines detachment in my army, can I use the stratagems from the Codex Space Marines to affect Adeptus Astartes units from other codices, such as Codex Grey Knights or Codex Deathwatch? Answer: no. As noted in the second paragraph under Space Marine units and detachments on page 174 of Codex Space Marines. Wow. Question: does adding an Officio Assassinorum or Assassinorum model to my army with the operative requisition sanctioned stratagem prevent the rest of my army from using combat doctrines? Yes. Note that this model remains part of your army if it is destroyed. Question: if an ability or rule generates an additional hit, e.g. the Imperial Siege Master's Chapter Tactic, do these additional hits gain any other benefits that would apply to an attack on a hit roll of 6, e.g. an Infiltrator's Markman Bolt, Carbine, whatever? Answer is yes. The additional hits are treated as having rolled the same value as the dice roll that generated them. Yeah, go ahead.
So if you have a special ability that says, if you rolled a 6 to hit, this shot will be minus AP3 or something like that. And that's an ability I just made up, and I'm just saying.
Sure.
If it says something like that, and you rolled a 6, but because you're Imperial Fists, that generates another hit. Will that other hit also get that ability, which is going to be, in this case, for our example, AP3?
Right.
The answer is yes, because it's going to be treated as that 6 you just rolled.
Right.
So then for 1/6, because of your Imperial Fist ability, you're going to get 2 hits for that bonus shot AP3. Pretty cool.
Okay. Question: a lot of rules apply an effect when resolving an attack rather than attacks. Does this mean the ability only applies for one single attack? For example, the Masterful Marksmanship stratagem states, until the end of the phase, when resolving an attack made with a special issue bolt gun by a model in that unit, add 1 to the wound roll. The answer: the attack sequence in the core rules is based on attacks being made one at a time. Therefore, the wording of these abilities matches how attacks are resolved in the core rules. The ability would still apply to other attacks made by that unit, so long as it satisfied the requirements laid out in the rule. In the above example, the ability would apply for each attack you make with a special issue bolt gun by a model in that unit until the end of that phase.
Sounds pretty cool.
All right, question. If I upgrade my captain in Phobos armor to be a chapter master, should the infiltrator comms array still work with this model and with its chapter master ability instead of rites of battle? The answer simply is no. Man, they don't even elaborate. They're just no. Question: if an impulsor unit moves and a unit embarked upon it disembarks as a result of the assault vehicle ability, can that disembarking unit then move? The answer is yes. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, especially since you're moving the assault vehicle, then your dudes get out and then they can move. That's so much movement.
Yep. I have movement. If you have a unit that can shoot twice, e.g. a Thunderfire cannon affected by the suppression fire stratagem, and it has the Salamander's forged in battle chapter tactic, can it re-roll 1 hit and 1 wound roll both times it shoots, or only once? The answer is both times. The forged in battle chapter tactic takes effect each time a unit is chosen to shoot with and the unit in question is being chosen to shoot with twice. Wow. That's pretty good for Salamanders.
I mentioned before, Salamander's got some good stuff.
Yeah, they did.
This update.
Okay. Can a captain replace his master crafted bolt gun with a chainsword, then replace the chainsword with a storm shield? Wow, they say yes. Because these war gear options are 2 separate bullet points, you cannot choose the same bullet pointed war gear option for a unit more than once. However, okay. So, interesting. Some data sheets that were in the 2017 edition of Codex Space Marines are not in the 2019 edition, but are still in Index Imperium 1. Can the versions from Index Imperium 1 still be used? Answer is yes, provided an updated data sheet is not found for them elsewhere. Says a Codex supplement.
Very cool. There's something that goes with that question later on that I'm really excited about.
Okay. Does a chaplain have to be on the battlefield to recite a litany? Answer is yes.
That seems fairly obvious, but I mean, I could see where people would have wanted to, be casting their abilities and their buffs inside of a rhino or something.
Right. Can successor chapters use the warlord trait of their founding chapters?
Running Bear says he talks about he has a movement and then talks about firing a Thunderfire cannon. All I know is I ain't cleaning that bathroom.
Yeah, you should have seen it when I had the stomach infection. Yeah. Yeah, talk about fire cannon. All right. So can a successor chapters use the warlord traits of their founding chapters? Not as presented on page 179 of Codex Space Marines. However, if you have a successor chapter and are using Codex supplement of your founding chapter, that publication will describe how you can select warlord traits and other rules from your founding chapter as presented in that publication. Question: can I use the flak missile stratagem when a model fires a cyclone missile launcher? Answer: no. Which part of the drop pod should I measure distances from and to, especially if the model has been assembled so its doors can be opened or closed? That's a good question. Answer is measure all distances to and from any part of the model, including its doors. If this model has been assembled such that you can lower and raise its doors, then when this model is first set up in the battlefield, choose whether the doors will be lowered or raised. You cannot raise or lower the doors thereafter during the battle. Really?
Make your bed, then lay in it. I think it was very gracious of them because some people like assembling theirs with the doors open. Some like to assemble theirs with the doors closed. You and I have our set to do both.
Right.
You know, and it's a lot of work to do it that way, but I'm glad that they have honored it so that way if you were like, man, this isn't working for me, let me just glue my doors shut. Yeah. It's not like you can't use it anymore, you know?
Right. And I'm not quite sure if I get it. I mean, where do they measure from, though?
Any part of the model. So if you choose to keep the doors up, then it's 9 inches away from where it sits with that door up.
The door up, okay.
But if you lay it down and it makes its little flower pattern,
yeah,
the entire flower pattern still has to be outside that 9 inches or whatever.
Right, okay.
So you just have to make your decision and model, position around wherever the model is at that point.
Okay, here's the addendum here. Designer's note. Choosing to set this model up in the raised doors position simply represents the doors closing the instant after its passengers have disembarked. Okay, that makes sense. When a unit with the and they shall know no fear ability takes a morale test, is the number that is added to the dice roll for the number of models destroyed in that unit for that turn considered to be a modifier for the purposes of applying rerolls before modifiers? No, the number added is not considered to be a modifier. Can a Tech Marine gunner make ranged attacks in the same phase in which it operates a Thunderfire cannon? Yes.
That's pretty cool because now you can shoot, the bolt gun or whatever that the Tech Marine is carrying, but you can also fire the cannon itself.
Right.
So a little extra DACA.
DACA can go a long way. Can I use a Signum to increase the ballistic skill characteristics of a model when it shoots with a ranged weapon before being removed as a casualty as part of the Astartes banner ability? The answer is nay, nay. Nay to the nay. Can the Auspex scan stratagem be used to shoot an enemy unit that is set up on the battlefield before the start of the first turn? Again, nay, nay.
And, it's like some of these questions like that one are fairly straightforward, but, you can just tell somebody was trying to get a little something extra.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So here we have the Codex Supplement White Scars.
All right. If you blow it up like that last big one, I can take over a little reading since you've been... And since these are my boys...
Your boys! Okay, come on, blow up. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. While you read, I need to go get some sustenance, if you're okay with that.
Sure.
Cool. Here, that should be enough to where you can see it.
All right, so this one is pretty big. Actually, I'm going to catch up on the chat first while you go. Wow, I just totally saw something different there. So make a squad of orc pumpers with rocket packs. Oh, yeah, I need to think outside the box. Hey, I mean, that sounds like a pretty cool squad to use, my man. This is where I thought I read something different. Wife is making a mudslide. I'm not even gonna pretend like I heard something else. What I heard at first was, or read at first, is I thought it was my wife is making a nude slide. I'm like, that's a little much information. I'm gonna kick back and listen. The Silver Surfer is almost done too. I'm really excited for that next Silver Surfer update. Let's see. Lol, he has. Oh yeah. X Gear Commander, good to see you, my man. Hope everyone had a nice short week. Definitely, but we were prepping for big meetings all week, so it was ended up still being a really busy week. Anyways, happy Friday though, my man. Tech Marine also has a flamer, and I think something else for range. So that could be good if you have enemies closing in. Absolutely. Especially since the Thunderfire Cannon's biggest weakness is getting tied up in combat. Let's see. Master of Snares. So this is cool. I mean, this is the only one of the few things in this FAQ I would consider a slight nerf, but at the same time, it was a little too good, and I'm sure they didn't intend for this to happen anyways. Master of Snares used to be that if your Warlord had somebody tied up in combat on a 4-up, they don't get to fall back, which is great, but how some people were using it is for those smash captains, right? You get a captain, you jump at the biggest flyer in the air, somebody Storm Raven, or something like that. And then, of course, when it could move its minimum 20 inches the next turn because you rolled a 4-up and it couldn't fall out of combat, it auto blew up because of the flyer rules that says if you don't make your minimum movement, you explode. Well, people were basically one-shotting big, huge Storm Ravens and stuff like that because they were enacting the Master of Snares rules. Even though they didn't do enough damage to kill it, boom, it can't move 20 inches, and they got basically an auto kill. And I'm sure that's frustrating when you have a great big flyer that's like 14 wounds, and it dies in one round because, of a hink in the rules, right? So this one I can understand. It's just a little bit of a clarification, a little bit stronger than they intended that way. So basically now the way it reads is that, you can still do that, but anything that's got a minimum, and I love how specific this was. They didn't nerf it against all flying units or all flying keyword. They just said if it's got a minimum move requirement, then it doesn't keep it from falling back, which is really handy to have. Really handy that they worded it so clearly. Thank you, Roxas. That helped a lot. Eternal Hunt stratagems considered to be, unless specified otherwise, rule for purposes of combat doctrines. Yes, the armor penetration characteristic bonus from combat doctrines is cumulative with the bonus from the stratagem. Pretty cool. If a weapon with more than one profile for the master-crafted weapon issue war gear, such as a plasma pistol, does the damage characteristic apply to all profiles in that weapon? Or do I need to select one to improve that? Add one to the damage characteristic of all profiles of that weapon. So if you choose to overcharge, you're still going to get the bonus, which is really cool. So for things where I've seen where that improves AP and whatnot, man, I've seen AP get up to, on some of those plasma weapons, to AP -5. Pretty cool. Are relics that have the same name but found in a different supplement considered to be the same relic? For example, Artificer armor in both Ultramarines and White Scars. Yes, they're considered to be the same. So you can't say, hey, I'm going to take these White Scars and these Ultramarines, and they're both going to have Artificer armor. Again, that's just people, looking for, what's really good, what's really efficient, and can I spam this? And definitely you can see, this again was just one of those rules where, people know the right answer, but man, people are trying to find ways to break the system, right?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Sweet. I just finished up with all of the questions on the screen.
Sweet, you got a few more.
So one thing I was just discussing with the guys, Freak, is that one of our warlord traits was called Master of Snares.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty cool because if you are in combat with somebody, you can roll a 4-up and keep them from falling out of combat, which is cool.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes that on a melee unit will make or break, whether or not you can stay alive, because, you get in combat and you don't have to worry about people backing up to shoot you. That's really helpful. But what people were doing to break it was they would do that to a flyer. They'd get a smash captain and charge something like a jet fighter or a Storm Raven or something like that. Mm-hmm. And even though it's got 14 wounds or whatever, they're like, killed it in one turn, because next turn when they went to move, they rolled that 4-up, and then they couldn't move that minimum 20 inches movement.
Right.
Like your what is that you got? You don't have a Storm Raven. You have a Fire Raptor. No, not a Fire Raptor. Who's that flyer of yours?
The flyer? The Storm Talon?
Storm Talon, yeah. Yeah, just like that Storm Talon of yours, it's got to fly so many inches or else it blows up, right?
Right.
People were doing that to stuff like that. Yeah. Storm Talon, and basically killing it in one shot because, it couldn't fly away anywhere.
Yeah.
But now they've reworded that to say anything that doesn't have a minimum movement.
Right.
Which I think was... Good night, Brian, my brother. Like I said, I was telling them, I think that's really great wording, so that way it doesn't nerf them too much, but it does prevent that one thing people were abusing.
It's amazing how people find loopholes in everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So you read the whole FAQ?
I read everything that was on the screen.
Okay, that's more.
I think lightning debarkation does light. Or no, wait. If a unit moves, a transport unit moves, and a unit embarked upon it disembarks as a result of lightning disembarkation, can they still move? Yes, and that's kind of like what you read out of Space Marines.
Right.
If they have the assault vehicle ability, they can still move.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. What'd you get to eat?
My wife made some red beans and rice a couple of days ago, and I was in the mood for it. So,
nice.
Yep, good old New Orleans style red beans and rice. Yeah, and I got some chocolate cake.
Let's see. When a unit in outflank is setting up on the battlefield, when it's set up on the battlefield in any of the movement phases, can I choose for those embarked within disembarked, be it normally or as a result of the rules? No. Okay.
Hmm.
Again, that's just more. Wife kicks me out and then asks me to come back in and watch the show. Brian Roxas asks, "How is Carnival Row?" So let us know what you think, my man, if you're still around. Mm-hmm. Ex-Gear Commander, lol, and that's why I'm still single. That's funny. All right, so there we go. That's the White Scars FAQ.
Right. Okay, moving along.
All right. It is around 11. Maybe we should just pick out, give a brief skim and see which ones we think are interesting.
Since you play Ultras, yeah, let's do Ultras.
And then after that, I do want to touch on something in the other project, other sources.
Okay.
All right. Name characters and warlord traits. Add the following character and the warlord trait. Sergeant Cronus, Calm Under Fire. Which some people might see as a kind of nerf. Used to be able to give Sergeant Cronus any of the warlord traits. They gave him one specific now. That's because they were sticking this dude in tanks and stuff like that.
Right. And
some of the warlord traits were just a little too powerful, being able to go wherever he wanted to go. So that was probably a necessary ruling. If I select a weapon with more than one profile, okay, we talked about this before. If your weapon has multiple profiles and you give them digital weapons, it adds the +1 damage to all of them. Martial precision strategy affect all attacks made from a weapon or just one attack. It's a single attack. Sergeant Cronus has a Warlord trait. Does it apply to all of Ultramarines vehicles? No, it still applies to the Sergeant Cronus model when he's set up as a result of the Ultramarines model he commands being destroyed. If the vehicle Sergeant Cronus commands is destroyed, is slay the Warlord victory condition, and other similar victory conditions refer to the Warlord achieved. No, the victory is only achieved if the Sergeant Cronus model that is set up as a result of the vehicle being destroyed. So basically, you got to destroy the vehicle, and then you got to destroy Sergeant Cronus himself. So a little double whammy to be able to get to slay the war.
I mean, I think that should be in everything. I mean, that's again common sense.
Right. But again, people want to see what they can exploit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just good clarification. Relics that are in, so again, some of these, like the main codex and the Ultramarines codex, or Ultramarines and White Scars, some of them have same named relics, like Artificer armor. No matter what book it's in, it's the same armor. So you can't have one White Scars and one Ultramarines and both of them have Artificer armor because it's out of two different books. It's called the same thing. It is the same thing. Armor penetration characteristics bonus from combat doctrines is cumulative with that gained from the stratagem. So that's pretty cool. So if you get the tactical expertise stratagem and you have combat doctrines on, you can start stacking up AP values. If I use master strategy warlord trait with squad doctrines to select a unit to benefit from the tactical doctrine, will that unit be able to benefit from Scion's Agilabin ability? Yes. Okay, so those things are also stackable. All right, my brother, let's go on to the other sources, and I'm going to let you read that one.
Okay.
Again, pick out ones that seem interesting, but definitely read the one that's about indexed units.
All right. Document contains errata to bring the relevant models and war gear that are found in various other publications in line. All right. Index Imperium. Okay, so any changes from previous version of this document highlighted in magenta. So they did a lot of changes. Okay. Codex Space. Gosh, I got hiccups now. Great. Codex Space Marines has updated certain data sheets. The following updates apply to the following units in Index Imperium 1. So they made the changes in the index. Following data sheets can gain the Angels of Death ability. Apothecary on a bike. Chaplain on a bike. Chapter Ancient. Chapter Champion. Company Ancient on a bike. Company... About everybody on a bike. Damn Legionnaires, Honor Guard, Imperial Space Marine, Interrogator Chaplain on a bike, Iron Priest on bike, Iron Priest on Thunderwolf. Oh, wow. Really? They can get the Angels of Death ability?
They all get the Angels of Death, including the combat doctrine. So one of the things that's really exciting for me, especially being that I'm building White Scars, combat veterans on bikes, dude. Veterans on... That means I get to finally take... Because that was one of the things I was worried about, is I wouldn't be able to put this in the units in my army and still get the doctrines. Mm-hmm. But I can now put some storm shields on my freaking bikes. How cool is that?
Very good.
That's going to be cool.
They actually did it. And yeah, I mean, and you know what? They're giving plenty of love to the Space Wolves. Logan Grinmar? Really? Really? The Lone Wolf.
Iron Priest on Thunderwolf, so I can use that beer model.
Mm-hmm. Lone Wolf and Terminator armor. Let's see. Rhino Primaris. Rune Priest on a bike. That's cool. Wolf Guard Battle Leader on a bike. Wolf Guard on bikes and Wolf Priest on bikes. God night.
So I'm super excited. So this kind of lines up with the Warhammer Legends stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying that we're going to still be able to play these units forever as long as we're not in a tournament, and that they can eventually run, specific Legends events that you can use them in tournaments. So that they're going to keep supporting it, and that's pretty cool because that was what we were all afraid of. Is hey, if we take any of these Legends units like veterans on bikes, am I still going to get my doctrines? That'd be kind of nerfing yourself to get all this AP bonus. And, lose your AP bonuses if you take these couple models,
Oh, wow.
I mean, you just wouldn't take those models anymore, right?
Yeah, definitely. So you know how you have your aggressors for your Space Wolves, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has changed this ability to read when the units fire Overwatch or is chosen to shoot with. Models in this unit can shoot twice if this unit did not move this turn.
Yep, which has always been there, but a lot of people weren't interpreting that worked on, or there was a lot of debate on whether or not that worked with Overwatch.
Right.
Now they came out and specified, yes, this works with Overwatch.
Right. And intercessors with the Firestorm. Choosing to shoot with aggressors. Models in the unit can shoot twice if this unit does not move. That's pretty cool. Then Reavers, Space Wolves. Oh. His ability to read whilst any Reaver unit from your army are within 3 inches of any enemy unit. Subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of each of those enemy units from each. What? Why? Unit from your army that is within 3 inches of that enemy until the maximum of -3. What? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, Reavers have always subtracted 1 from leadership. I'm not sure what it is about that they
They're
though.
scary now. I mean, what the heck? It's like, oh gosh.
Maybe I think maybe it's the 3 inches that they increased the distance.
I guess they figured they're
If
exposed.
anybody knows what's different about that, let us know in the chat. Also, we were talking about the bikers and the Space Wolves, and Zane goes, "Is that a wolf on bike?" One of these days, it really will be a wolf on a bike, Zane. So Terror Troops, pretty much the same. I think it might be the increase it. Anything else, my brother?
Yep.
That's the big thing I wanted to cover. All those units that Angels of Death. We were all so afraid that they weren't going to support our favorite models anymore. Oh, it's that they clearly stack now on the negative leadership. Okay.
Drop pod. This is for match play. This model and any unit embarked aboard it are exempt from the tactical reserves. Yeah, we read that match play rule, except that if any units embarked, aboard it have not arrived in the battlefield by the end of the count is destroyed. Okay, cool. Anything else? Priest have that litany of hate thing going on. Even Chaplain Dreadnought has that.
Very cool.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I was just saying now things that get the priest keyword, you can do the litanies, and then of course some of the updates for Chaos Space Marines too.
Yeah, screw those guys. Wait, what? All right, that's it. That's all of them.
Cool. So that's our big news segment, which is I know it took us a while to get through because we pretty much went through line by line, but
sorry.
There was quite a few things FAQ'd. And like I said, none of it was huge changes. None of it was straight up nerfs, except maybe a slight nerf to the Master of Snares. But I think most of it was just clarification. And even Master of Snares, I can't even really call a nerf because I'm pretty sure that's not how they designed the power to work. And even when we were reading over it at first, it was just kind of like, that's something that's going to get FAQ'd.
Yeah.
You know, I can take down a flyer because it can't fly away.
Exactly. Not really realistic either.
Yeah, somebody punching an airplane, it stops midair and explodes.
Right? What is happening?
I snared it. That makes no sense to me. Now the problem is that you can't field non-Primaris in Space Wolf armies and still get bonus of Angels of Death, as Wolfen, Longfangs, Bloodclaws, and Grey Hunters don't get it.
Interesting. Who's this? Let's see. Do have that. We already did that. Do you want to jump onto the White Dwarf?
Sure.
White Dwarf.
All right, guys. So this is just them giving us a little preview of what's going on in White Dwarf in case we want to go pick it up for ourselves. Some Dark Angels on the cover, and of course, I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet, but a lot of people are speculating that the next set of Codex releases is going to be White and Dark Angels and Iron Hands. So pretty interesting, and I think if they don't actually say it in this White Dwarf, I'm pretty sure it's coming. Welcome back again, Zane.
What, he went to go feed his snake or something?
I don't know. He just said, I'll be right back.
Yeah, probably did, huh? But he's not going to say anything because he knows the snake's going to bite him again because he senses heresy.
All right, so before we go into the reasons why there's a glowering Dark Angels graces the cover of the magazine, you'll notice that the issue includes a small card.
Did I miss something? Did I mess something up?
Oh, well, I mean, when you highlighted the picture, I just can't see the text that's in the back.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. A small card attached to the front with a certain dwarf who is also glowering, but what does that mean? Well, on the reverse side, you'll find a code that unlocks Gore-Tech and his trusty sidekick Felix.
Ah, that's this
Warhammer, the video game.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool. Gore-Tech and Felix are very cool-looking units, and Gore-Tech is getting a model out soon. We'll take a look at that in one of these other articles. Let's scroll on down. So that's right. These iconic characters are about to make a debut in Total War. Very cool.
Nice.
On the subject of Gore-Tech, he will be featured elsewhere in the magazine this month. Cool.
Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar, Slayer Reforged. So they're talking about the bringing back the Gore-Tech, and you can see a little peek there of the model in the pages of White Dwarf. So that'll be cool. And like I said, we're going to take a look at that model later on in some of this GW news. Very cool. Little sneak peek. Index Astartes Dark Angels. I don't understand. That's why the Secret of Dark Angels are featured on this month's covers. Learn all about the Sons of the Lion and their fall from grace, and their endless quest for redemption in this detailed treatise.
Interesting.
As if this wasn't cool enough, there's also an exclusive Crucible War mission to see the Dark Angels fighting to secure their an agent of the Fallen. Very cool. Dark Angel highlight. It's interesting that they said Codex too, because it's almost like this magazine is alluding to the future Codex. Angels of Death. Echoes from the Warp. So some pretty cool glory points. Phil Kelly discusses his Night Haunt Warband, which he won the recent studio tournament. Very cool. Some other articles in here: Echoes from the Warp, Galactic Warzone, Frozen Wastelands, cool stuff. Golden Demon. Golden Demon Winners Challenge. Check out this showcase of 12 more incredible entries from this year's Golden Demon Challenge. Nice.
Man.
That's one of my favorite things to look at when I pick up one of these is the models that won Golden Demon or, or even part of it. Middle Earth. So we got some Lord of the Rings.
Very cool.
Yep. Some Kill Team stuff. Oh, that looks cool. That looks really cool. Kill Team Escalation. Man, there's so many new supplements for Kill Team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of want to get in and learn it, but there's so many expansions, I just feel kind of lost.
Kind of
And Battle
overwhelming.
Scribe, unfortunately, this is one of the few times where I'm going to say that Battle Scribe is not helping. Battle Scribe just gives you all the options that are available, and you're just looking at like, what can I take in regular Kill Team now? I'm pretty sure I can't take that Terminator. And I have to say, as much as I feel like 7 was a more broken system than 8, 8th is a much more fun system to me. I feel like 7th, though, and a lot of 8th edition is simplified. I don't want to, lose sight of that. But one of the confusing things, that's the model I was talking about for Vortec. It's so beautiful. That's a hell of a dwarf. God, that's so pimp. That is easily one of the coolest dwarfs I've ever seen.
That is pretty cool.
But yeah, so I was just going to say that 7th itself was complicated, but I felt like taking the ability to take what you know of 7th edition and just play that version of Kill Team was easier to me than learning to play this version of Kill Team.
I have to agree with that.
There's a whole rule book for this one, whereas opposed to the other one was just like, hey, here's some basics.
Right. Well, it's not just the whole rule book, but it's a rule book with supplements. It's just a whole mess of stuff.
Exactly. And then every few months, here's Kill Team Elites, here's Kill Team Escalation, here's Kill Team, and it's just like you got to compile what you know. What version am I playing?
Right.
Hard to keep it all straight.
Yeah.
That's very cool. The alternate cover. Again, that pimp ass dwarf just looks so cool.
Pretty badass. Cool. All right. That's it all. That's all I've got.
Cool.
Changes. There we go. All right. Back. So.
All right, brother. What you want to go on to next, my man?
Well, the only thing else we have is Elstonation, and let me see what else they have. See if there's a way that I can get some of this other stuff here. There's that. I'm going to see if I can try to reach this Achieving Great Heights. Catch this. There's those new models that came out for the Aeronautica.
Yes.
I'm trying to see if I can get stupid thing to. Let me see if it'll let me. Yeah, I think it'll let me. Okay, here we go. Come on, wake up. There we go. Aeronautica. Achieving great heights. Here we are. So this is apparently for the new models for the Aeronautical Imperialis. These models look really cool. I like these. And I like these flyers. But they're specifically for this particular style of game. Like you said, this was more like for the Combat X-Wing. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep,
Or
definitely is
compete against
very
them.
similar to X-Wing.
Yeah.
And the little yellow ones are for squigs.
Yep.
It's very cool. Holy crap. My chat apparently had lagged behind, and now it just updated it with there's like 2 pages of chat. That
I was wondering why you haven't been doing a chat.
I was like, man, it looks like everybody got quiet. Nope,
Oh my god.
it was just me. All right, so looking at the chat. Oh man, those look real cool.
Yeah, they look.
Tiger stripe things.
Yeah.
So you talked about the snake biting him. Zane says, "No, he good snake. He bit my phone." That means all you heretics. Or it just means I tried to take a picture of him close up. That's funny. They make me want to melt down all my models into a plastic cube. This is probably when we were talking about the Golden Demon winners.
Oh man, yeah.
Battle Scribe, ka-chow. Just paid it all. Moist. Bad Felix is dead. Too bad Felix is dead. Well, they seem to be bringing him back in some capacity. I still love Mordheim, the nest for small gameplay. Never played Mordheim, but I do have some of the models. Seems pretty cool. Kill Team Kitchen Sink. Yeah, exactly. All the expansions. Here's Kill Team Kitchen Sink. I think I talk too much and derail too much. Not at all, my man. In fact, I just missed a bunch of this chat coming through. But no, you never talk too much, Running Bear.
No, man. As a matter of fact,
We enjoy the engagement.
Yeah.
What if they got a giant? If they got a Tyranid gargoyle swarm and the big fat flappy Tyranid things in Aeronautica at some point, that would be cool. So instead of jet fighters, just flying Tyranids in Aeronautica. I think it would be fun. I imagine the gargoyles like a scarab model where they're just a bunch on one base. I want to see a Tyranid themed Halloween home, Running Bear says. Wait, did my comments about the dwarven nipples get sent? Oh, apparently it's no longer Felix. Apparently Gore-Tech has some new companion. That'll be interesting to see. Yep. And no, you don't talk too much, Zane. Like I said, we love the engagement. We love being able to chat with you guys. Even if we get derailed sometimes.
Oh,
Heck,
yeah.
Freak and I will derail ourselves and just
Pretty
be
much.
off. I mean, I once was telling you guys about the time I got approached by a hooker, so we get plenty derailed on our own. Don't worry about that. We love the conversation.
Yeah, these flyers look pretty darn cool.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I don't know. I mean, it looks like a pretty fun little system.
I agree.
Okay, let's see what else we got. While we're here, let me see.
Roxas says there's an art to derailing Mythos. When we first used to film, we used to be a little more worried about that kind of thing. We used to do like scripts and outlines and all that kind of stuff. And Freak would make it his mission to see if he could say something goofy enough to break me and keep me make me go off script.
Yep. Now it's hard as hell. I can't do it. It's like, every now and then I'll get a doozy and it'll get him a good chuckle, but that's about it, man. He just got jaded. Dang it. I have to work twice as hard.
And Zane says, then it became my job.
Yeah. It's a hell of a job, man. I tell you.
They knew they should. Hellwork says they knew they shouldn't have made a left at Albuquerque. I think my favorites that I've seen so far tonight are the new ones with the little tiger stripes.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. Okay, why is it not changing? Jerks. The frig. Come on. Yeah, that'll work. Let's try that. That is so cool. That'd be a great painting or poster to have in a wall.
Yeah, the Sisters of Battle artwork is fantastic.
Yeah. Dang, I really would love that poster.
Jane's favorite thing about Gore-Tex was the nipples. His moist meter is off the charts.
Oh my god.
That Sisters of Battle artwork looks cool. I think that's going to make for an awesome codex.
Gosh, man. Golly, dude.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait for these Sisters of Battle, dude. All right, we're going to call it there for the news. We do have one more quick thing that Freak and I wanted to talk about before we call it an end of the night. And then we have our Elstonation. But Freak, if you want to grab those pictures from way back when.
Yeah, give me a second.
So Freak and I were going through some early pictures of us going to the game store. Well, Freak and I were both looking at them. They came up on my, a year ago today kind of pictures, or 4 years ago today. It was just us at our original game store that we were playing at and just seeing the good times that we were having. Even if some of the pictures were like 8 of us getting our butts kicked by one Chaos player, because we were all a bunch of noobs that were 500 points apiece, and this guy had this monster, like 3,000 point list with him. And man, we did horribly. We know we did horribly. And so we may not look in the pictures like we're having a ton of fun, because we're getting our asses literally handed to us. But I mean, still, just everything felt better at that game store at that time. Yep, there's the picture there. A whole line of us, and you can see on the very far right, the Chaos player was leaning over the table. And this was our first demo game, one of our first sets of demo games. And there's the store owner just kind of going over us. And this was the store's loner force. Some Blood Angels and some orcs there. And just a whole bunch of us, just gathered in. And Freak and I had actually a pretty long conversation. That's why we wanted to bring that to the chat here. Is just take a look at that store in the background there. Yeah, it's a little unorganized. Yeah, things are piled to the ceiling. But it's all self-contained in one big room. Yeah. And it's so roomy. Look at that. The game tables are literally... I forgot about Heather photobombing in that one. That was funny. But see how the tables are literally butted up against together. But you can see there back then, that's when Lily and the girls used to come to the store. They were all part of it too, because everybody was together. Okay, the way the tables were so tight back then, it was forced. Companionship, right? We were all forced to hang out in the same small room. X-Gear Commander knows. X-Gear Commander was at that same store too. There's Brother Ethan there. Pyro Priscilla there in the chat.
getting his first taste of Warhammer. Brother Daz there.
Gosh, man.
And you guys can see how packed it is. And like I said, we used to be forced to congregate in that one small area.
Right.
We were talking about what makes a great game store. And actually, I think one of the problems with our current, with our game store that we used to go to is that they went big scale. They upgraded the building. You know, it's 2 stories now. It spreads over 5 big rooms and whatnot. You know, and there's an outdoor component. And then eventually, the Wargamer side kind of got cycled out.
Yeah.
You know, it went from 8 tables to 6 tables to 4 tables. And now I think there's 2 tables or something.
Yeah, they barely have 2.5 now. So,
but I mean, we were talking about how, you know, there's a reason for the decline. Like, we all really agree that we really had a better time when it was all in one room and we were all hanging out and you could see other games going on because it was literally right there next to you.
right.
That store had good acoustics because honestly, all the boxes around really helped the acoustics. It made for a good time. And you can actually see in almost every picture there, the store owner is there hanging out with us and showing us the game, showing us how stuff works.
Yeah, he was always involved. He was always in the middle of it all. And
Once we went on to the bigger system,
mm-hmm.
You know, the bigger store, the bigger, you know, just the overall, it got a little too big. You know, once it was 5 rooms and 2 stories, there's no way to keep up with everyone, you know, and, you know, it wasn't as good of a time. I honestly miss these days from the smaller 1-room game store.
So the evolution for his game store really went from this particular 1-room gaming store, and it was pretty equivalent to, you know, Games Workshop, right? Style, because you had all the gaming tables and he had all the games and everything he had, but he didn't have just one particular type of games. He had all kinds of different stuff he sold. But then, you know, he opened up the bigger one. Now, when he first opened up that larger store, man, all the tables were accessible. They were all on the first floor. And then...
Well, there's some upstairs and some downstairs.
Yeah, right. That's right. Right. So we preferred the ones downstairs. And then he started moving everything upstairs. Well, that was okay. So we got to hang out upstairs for a while. We did a lot of battle reports upstairs. And then, little by little, it seems like we were getting kind of forced to wrap up early, or we were just, I don't know, the tables started disappearing, rooms started getting filled with blacklight miniature golf, and it started changing from, you know, the tabletop industry gaming to more arcade, you know, the retro arcade.
Location, you know, it's not our favorite store anymore, but I think them branching out, you know, doing birthday parties and miniature golfing and moving to more of an arcade kind of gaming store is working out for them business-wise. I think they're making more money, which is great. I'm glad to see them succeeding. But, man, it's just not our favorite place to game anymore, you know?
So the question that we have is, for you guys, is what would you consider as the...
Maybe you want to see these old pictures of, like, y'all and Arwen and Alira?
Oh yeah, let me pull it up here. There they are. Yeah, what would you guys consider as a great gaming store? What is your definition of a good gaming store? Like what would you guys think what are some elements that you feel must be there in order for that to happen? Like I said, for me personally, the sense of community. I personally feel like the owner should be involved. The owner should be a part of that, or the manager, whoever's running it. You know. Another thing is the ability for other players to be able to get together. You know, the majority of really good successful stores are single floored, right? One large room. So I don't know.
Atmosphere for the most part, that's good.
Yeah, that's
I
very
definitely
good.
think the atmosphere for me, for my personal taste, was better at the old store.
Yeah.
Hellworks. So I took you to 2 different stores. The one that had the 2-story one where you were able to find a whole bunch of like models we'd never seen or heard of before. That was the one that evolved. That was the evolution of this place we used to go to.
Right. So.
Man, Archer. I mean, not Archer. Thomas found some really cool models there, Freak. Like some Tales Grim stuff and very cool stuff.
Oh wow, really? Swords?
Huh? At Swords, yeah.
Oh, that's
You know, it's everything is in piles there, so you know
Right.
I probably would have never found it on my own. But
yeah.
you know, Thomas has a sense for these things.
Yeah, I mean, they had X-wing. They had I remember they had actually Star Trek there too.
A lot of historical stuff.
Hmm.
Like I said, Flames of War is what he tried to get me into before we settled on Warhammer. So he had lots of historical stuff.
Yeah.
Flames of War, Kings of War. So what they said that they're looking for, Roxas says, man, the thing I think is crazy is how young Daz looks in those pics. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No.
So there's some things being said here. One person says the owner wanted the money, which, you know, nothing wrong being a business owner wanting the money. There be a small child. Yeah, those were my girlies in the background. That's the old Kingwood store. Yep. That terrain, though, provides great cover. Yeah, they did have some pretty cool terrain there. Now it's an arcade place for the most part. It really is. Atmosphere makes a good game store for X-Gear Commander. I agree. I like the first store Mythos too. Yeah, Etton's a great store too. My first game, I got to play a Dread and a 5-man Space Wolf squad. Dread died first, turned into a Dread Knight, and my squad died to some Paladins. Still had fun though. That's cool. Running Bear says his ideal place is a place that makes all gamers welcome, but not pushed out if the bigger crowd needs space. And that's kind of what happened to us.
Yep.
Kind of crowded out. My radar for games works well. Yep. Yeah, he definitely finds cool models, cool stuff like that. Zane says, I think a big part of it is the people. We have a small store locally, and they don't even sell GW stuff anymore. But with so many local players, we came together and bring in terrain. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, the clientele definitely make or break a
Yeah.
store. I feel like
Yeah.
if you're going there because cool people go there, good community. Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, so those are some of the things that we were thinking, you know, it's like what we missed the most and what really attracted me, you know, to Warhammer in general was the fact that, you know, those pictures, man, that right there, I was able to experience that, you know, and I wasn't even playing at the time. I was just observing. I was actually trying to see whether it was something that I really wanted to, you know, get my feet wet into or not. You know, I was in the middle of doing my research, you know, and it took me several months to research. And then by the time I made this decision to buy my first minis, you know, they had moved to the other store. And, you know, at the beginning, like I said, it wasn't bad. I mean, we made it happen. But little by little, it just started to degrade. And all of a sudden, people that, you know, we enjoyed having, you know, having their company just stopped coming because it wasn't fun anymore. You know, it just got a little too crowded, and I don't know. We were actually competing on top of each other with other people who wanted to play card games. You know, so it was just a little, it was rough. So, but yeah, like Amitho says, you know, we don't fault anybody. You know, business is business. They're in the business of being in business, right, to make money. But you know, it's kind of sad that, you know, we went from having that really close knit community to nothing. You know, so
A game store really is one place where all generations can go and have fun when it's run right. I think that's absolutely perfect.
most def. And which is the reason why we're going to go try out that the Warhammer store in Kingwood. And this is the thing is, I have to drive an hour from my house to Kingwood whenever I go and hang out with the guys. And I did it religiously every week, man. I loved going down there to hang out with them. And then it just wasn't fun anymore. So we're trying to restore that, trying to get that back. You know, an opportunity where we can, you know, where it would be worth for me to take that drive. So we're going to see if we can make that happen next Saturday.
You got that love and feeling. You got that love and feeling. You got that love and feeling, now it's gone.
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 Whoa, whoa. Wow, you left me by dang, bro. Oh.
All right, guys. Oh man. Hey, Lars. He misses playing regularly too, man. We definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Lars, you're also in the area. We're gonna go with a couple of the guys to the new Warhammer store right there by the new Randall's on Kingwood or on North Park. No, Kingwood Drive. Next Saturday around 2:30, my man. If you want to go and check it out and just see what the new store is like, man. That's what we were talking about. We missed the community aspect. You too, ex-Gear Commander, my man. You know, if you're in the area, I know sometimes you also got to make a drive to come to the Kingwood side sometimes, right? But if you happen to be in the area, my man, we're going to go hit up the new Warhammer store right there, front of Kingwood Drive. Feel free to come check it out with us.
Yep.
We've peeked our head in before. We bought a few things. Now we're going to go see, about having a game there.
Yep. We'll see how it fares out, man. I'm pretty excited. Especially if we see our old friends over there. At least for me, I haven't seen them in a while.
All right, my brother. We got one thing left to do,
Yep.
and that is close it out with some Elstonation.
So true. So let me I got to put the music on because I won't be able to. The L Station fun fact is kind of long, so bear with me here. So let me throw here we go. Don't you just love that? A little bit of Elstonation love there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let me find this hot mess. Here we are. All right. So, Sonic the Hedgehog, which I think everybody should know who he is a being capable of reaching speeds that break the sound barrier. When he's collected 100 golden rings and a number of emeralds, he can go supersonic, nearly doubling his own speed. Even with all this speed, even Sonic is collecting gold rings to commission Elstonation to complete his army quickly. There you go. That is why Sonic is collecting gold rings, man, so he can pay Elstonation to handle his commission.
I don't blame him. Man's got the speed. You got a speed that makes Sonic the Hedgehog jealous.
Bro.
Doing something right.
That's legit right there. That's what's going on.
Running Bear says he'd love to join us too, but a 30-hour drive might be a tad too far.
Yeah, that would be a little bit much.
But yeah, anybody in the chat, next week, Warhammer Store, Kingwood, 2:30, if you feel like joining us.
Come on. It'd be a lot of fun. See what happens. And I want to get to meet the manager there too, so hopefully we can...
Yeah, he's a very cool guy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Freak, any closing thoughts, my man?
No, I'm hoping to have these poor little guys done by next week. I said that last week, but it didn't happen. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll throw some prayers out to my dad. He's in the hospital. I got a feeling he's got the similar thing that Mythos has been dealing with, the pancreatitis.
Definitely my sympathies.
Yep. Then, so he's dealing with that. He's in a lot of pain. Probably not anymore because he's probably in morphine. Anyway, so aside from that, man, that was a good show tonight. We had good commentary. A lot of good input.
Oh yeah, definitely a wonderful chat with this amazing group of people.
Yeah,
thank y'all so much.
Hey, what do y'all think about the artwork? I mean, you like the updated overlay?
I love that you included your Imperial Fist armor in my Space Wolf armor. It looks amazing.
yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's like, it kind of gives us the distinguishing, factors there. Space Wolf and Imperial Fist.
Lars says he hopes he recovers soon. Running Bear says he will be added to his prayer list, and Zane says Hope your dad gets better soon, man.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. It definitely means a lot. Definitely means a lot. So yeah, I'm hopefully that things work out. My sister's on her way over there to see about helping them out. So hopefully they can.
So
Awesome. Wow.
got these legs kind of painted up.
Very nice.
And did a little freehand of the triangles. It doesn't look great, but a little tribal freehand of the triangles.
Not
that
bad,
White
bro.
Stripes have.
Not bad.
And then got that painted up, so that'll go here pretty soon because I got the seals done and everything. I might do a little panel lining before I put it in, and then got all 3 chests of my dudes painted up. I might just need to do some armor seals like in the elbows and stuff like that, but it's all come together, man. It's starting to be a biker.
Look at that, man. Very nice.
So
I bet you can't wait to get those suckers on the table.
yeah, I'm pretty stoked. But I want to get those Mongolian helmets from you as soon as I can.
Yeah, are you going to try to get those done before the game Saturday?
Oh man, it's just going to be 3 dudes, man. They're not going to be able to. I can't fight you with 3 dudes.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, but I mean, we can do that demo game like we were talking about. You could just bring your other, just supplement your other army.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe they might be Swift Claws or something like
That's
that
fine.
for my Space Wolves or something.
Just curious to see how they work. So. Awesome, man. Awesome. No, dude, I'm really excited. Really excited. Looking forward to next week. Looking forward to Saturday. We may actually record it. I definitely want to record our experience there, being back in Kingwood.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, who knows, we may even have a bat rep to record. So that would be a lot of fun too. But the main thing is, record. I'd like to definitely record our experience there.
Thank you guys. Lots of positive comments. Freak, the new art's pretty great. Awesome work. See you all later. Got some 7 days to die to play with my brother. We're about to hop off too, my man. You have a great night.
Man.
So thank you all so much for joining us for these great conversations. If you liked tonight's episode, then grab up an axe.
What?
Smash that like button in the name of the Emperor.
He rolled his tongue.
Drop us some comments down below. Make sure that if you're watching from the archive, feel free to jump in and be part of any and all of these crazy conversations. And go over and check out our Patreon. We've got some cool stuff that Freak's been putting together and stuff like that to check out. And just see if anything interests you. And of course, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then Freakalicioso,
this guy,
and this guy,
that guy,
would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
Stay frosty. Bye.